a recording sound and let me get a song going. I guess since we are Tennessee, look, don't test me with a good time.
Yeah, I mean,
I go that way real quick.
Yeah, play some Gangsta Boo or some shit. I don't know. I never listened to it because I thought they was devil worshippers. I'm not listening to this shit.
I play something semi-modern. It's a remake. Let's see.
I got cheese, dope, and a fucking bad bitch. I got pills, weed, and a Draco with some clips. I'ma empty every round, then I'm reloading the clip. Caught your gal out here thotting fuck on that little.
Come on, Tommy, that sound good.
Country niggas fuck with Hector and Gomez, man. We sell all the dope. Call my lawyer Eric Mogi if I do get caught. The best lawyer in the world, he gon' get the charger drop. I got dogs, think I gold. I got braids, money train.
It's another element. We back again.
Wow, Hunnits.
Giving it to you. How you feeling? How your week been?
Man, I've been enjoying.
Oh shoot! I got a call. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been enjoying. Yeah, man. You see this unprofessional shit? Nah. Man, clip season. Clip season, man. Got a clips on what was that? The 4th. That shit was wild. I'm just processing everything that's happened after that. Dealing with some life shit, but hey, man. I'm just happy that Dolph come in. I'm happy to be alive.
I swear. Yeah, honestly, I really just been in a space where I'm trying to like finally get out of this like neutral space I feel like I was in like for a good chunk of the fall, you know?
Yeah. Libra season sucked.
It really did, and I think I'm finally, you know.
Hey, fuck y'all Libras. No, y'all was supposed to balance some shit. I don't know. Maybe, you know what though? Maybe it was just me. Maybe I was just so far out of balance that when Libra season balanced me, them scales was off. So
yeah, I get that.
Them scales, you know what they say, heart's supposed to be light as a feather.
Yeah.
Maat's feather, well,
nah, I get it.
My heart wasn't that light, so you know what? Thank you, Libras.
Thank you, Libras.
Thank you.
But no, yeah, it's been a cool week, productive week. I just really been getting acclimated with this new gig and all this other stuff, and just trying to set myself up for success overall because I'm seeing exactly how I need to like make room for the lesson of like getting out my own way, but also allowing people to assist me at the same time.
Yeah.
What I feel like was this like real interesting neutrality that was kind of put in front of me. Like, see, this is why I be so self-sufficient, but it's like also you get upset because you feel like ain't nobody helping you. So it's this weird ass like it's this real ass, you know,
the blank space in between.
Hell yeah, you know.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm definitely there.
Yeah, I'm
definitely there. I mean, Neo is the one at the same time, though. Mm-hmm. I'm an excellent team player.
Yeah, I know. I'm
a pass first point guard, like that plays great fucking defense and hits timely jumpers. Like
my best stat was a rebound. Like, I got you.
I'm going for the triple double. Like I'm Westbrook. I'm a Westbrook minus the bricking.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna shoot a dog 30 shots.
Right. Shout out to Chicago doing so well. The Bulls doing so well right now. You know, they really out here. I think somebody told me that I think Levine and DeRozan are like the only two players in the league that have like scored like I think more than 20 or something like that every game since the beginning of the season.
My favorite stat is that they are two of the top 5 scorers in the fourth quarter. Like one gets 7 points in the fourth quarter, the other one get like they both of them top 5 in fourth quarter scoring. Mm-hmm. And we still ain't got DeMarcus Cousins. Just gonna throw it out there. We just need a big man in the middle.
You think they're gonna get one mid-season?
They still trying to trade for him when Boogie just sitting on the. Go ahead and get Boogie for a 6-pack.
He on the Lakers right now.
He ain't on nowhere.
He just free agent.
Yeah, we could get Boogie tomorrow. We can get Boogie tonight.
Yeah, they could go ahead. Yeah,
we can get Boogie tonight. Like tonight.
Is he good though?
He good for 20 minutes, 7 rebounds,
As a presence.
and 11 points and 4 fouls.
That's all you need.
Guess what we need?
Yeah,
we need 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 fouls.
I'm thinking about defense too.
It's better than we too little.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking about defense too. Like him having a presence.
Body. That's what I'm saying. We need fouls.
Yeah.
Just like in the 90s when they had Bill Winnington and Luke Longley and you know what each one of them motherfuckers was? A 7-footer with 6 fouls. We need 3 7. All right, you get him in foul trouble, we're gonna bring out another 7-footer to get 6 fouls.
Get around this.
We got 18 fouls for your ass.
Get around them niggas.
So go ahead and get on the line.
Yeah. So and since we playing Memphis shit, shout out to Memphis for breaking a crazy ass record that nobody was even trying to break. Let me pull this shit up. I think the ending score was
they won by 73 or some shit.
They won by 73. I think they was already up 150 points by the third quarter.
I heard the bench
150 points.
The bench
to 50.
outscored the starters. The bench of the Grizzlies outscored the starters of Oklahoma City 90-70.
Whoa, shit. That's hard to even compute.
Yeah, like Wait. So the starters and John Morant wasn't there, and they beat them boys. So yeah, man.
It was 152-79 last Thursday.
Yeah.
Against the Oklahoma City Thunder. But they've been just racking up shit. They beat the Kings 128-100. They beat
they doing it without Ja. And Ja is one of the most exciting out of all these new kids. He's the most exciting, consistent one.
They beat the Rockets 136-102.
Well, the Rockets is trash. But the Rockets beat the Bulls though.
They were lost to the Timberwolves and then came back and won against the Timberwolves.
I like the Timberwolves. I can't wait to see them get broken up, though, man. We need to get Cat the fuck up out of Minnesota ASAP. You know what I'm saying? We need to get Cat up out of Minnesota ASAP. Maybe we could get like a Cat for Irving.
Oh, they 4th in the West.
We need a
They play the Heat tonight.
We need a Cat versus Cat for Kyrie trade right now. I want to see Dame Lillard on the 76ers ASAP. I want to see Ben Simmons the fuck up out of the Philly, send his ass to Portland, and you know he could be a weirdo over there.
And yeah, he could be there forever if he wants to.
Dame for Kyrie, but I don't think Dame fits on the Nets. But I do think he fits on the 76ers.
Okay.
But shout out to Memphis anyway. Shout out to the Mafia for absolutely destroying Bone.
Come on, Bone.
Versus, man.
Bone.
Yeah, shout out to
tell me what you gonna do.
All things considered, what had just happened to Dolph.
Yeah.
I think that Memphis needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Memphis needed that, and I think that
celebrate.
Juicy and Paul and them, because first of all, people forget that they broke up. 3 6 Mafia broke up. So that wasn't just them versus Bone. That was a reunion.
Yeah. And I ain't seen Crunchy Black in years.
Oh yeah, other than Vlad interviews, but I stopped watching Vlad interviews, so that's washed.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to my auntie Cookie. She did. She gave him his last haircut before he went bald.
Oh damn. Okay, shout out to our Cookie.
She's from Chicago too.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, I want to say that shout out to them. I like the way they stood strong. Memphis looked good. They completely. The only thing that Bone won to me was the coin flip.
Yeah. We go first. And what's the first thing they played?
I don't know. Because from the close to the set list.
I mean, we should have known that though.
Oh, no, I did. Like, I thought it was.
We should have known at least stylistically one was going to be way more flamboyant and colorful than the other. Because I mean, what is the uniform of Bone Thugs and Harmony other than, you know what I'm saying, some Big Dickies and
It's 1999.
you know what I'm saying, Big Dickies and
Look,
hair looking like it's freshly braided and freshly taken down at the same time.
It's a couple things I want to say. You didn't get a chance to watch it, and as a Tennessee native, I rebuke you.
I had shit to do. I'm sorry.
I rebuke you.
It come on a Thursday. It's random.
Anyway. Tennessee, I got y'all back. I got you back. What I will say about it is this. Busy, like after what just happened to Dolph, after what's continuing to happen in Memphis, because that was just the first domino.
Yeah.
What Busy Bone did was, it'd be gracious to say immature and ill-timed. But right now, they would have had a bigger performance if the artists that they had features with were alive.
Yeah.
Cause 3-6 brought out all they stars, but they stars ain't bigger than Biggie, Tupac, and Eazy-E. So in a parallel universe, Bone washes them.
Just with them 3 trump cards.
And then once they bring them 3, Mariah Carey shows up to do Breakdown. And it's over.
Yeah.
Flawless victory. So they got all these tombstones and pictures of rappers who died for dumb shit. You know and
they still played, and that's how they handled it.
And you know these Memphis motherfuckers is in war season. It's war right now. You know they know people that done got lost.
They from the same side too.
And then you gonna start throwing shit and running up on these, knowing these motherfuckers got bangers on them on deck right then and there.
This Tennessee.
Knowing they
we got guns. niggas, this is not we gotta go to Indiana to get some guns.
Knowing they coked out. Knowing they leaned out.
Yeah.
Knowing they drunk. Knowing they anxiety is on 10.
Yeah.
You would play with that energy. And you mad because you can't win because all of your features are dead rappers. Memphis is hurting right now, and this was a moment for them to just stand up and have a show of force.
Yeah. And
you try to... I know they from Ohio. Ohio niggas is... Shit. Like Chicago gets reps for shit that we... Let me explain something to you. My mom and them is from Cincinnati and Columbus. My uncles are legendary in Ohio for all the wrong fucking reasons, all right? You got a nigga Chicago, and you got that out of that. That's my uncles. And watching Bone them do that, man, you see we about the same complexion. It just reminded me of why I don't fuck with my drunk ass uncles. Like, I literally was just sitting there watching it like, this reminds me of Christmas. Like, it's like, this is why I don't, God bless my grandma and them because they're not even alive, but so I can't even go to Ohio to visit no more because there's nowhere to visit.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of all the reasons I don't visit Ohio. I think that was low class what he did because literally, like you watched the way Duke Deuce and them was looking. They didn't look like artists and celebrities. They looked like GDs who made it, who still GDs in wartime.
Yeah.
Everybody over there looked like they in wartime.
I mean, I get it. It's been crazy.
His bodies is dropping right now.
They've been shooting everywhere. It's been drive-bys and all types of shit in Memphis since Dolph has been killed. They questioning if, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they question if Makeda's cookies had something to do with it. They set them up. It's a whole bunch of shit. They shot up at like youngster grandma's house. All types of shit. So for you knowing that that's what's going on, and knowing that this is day night to celebrate, blow off some steam, and fake. Just relax.
Relax and have a good time when there's nothing to be happy about.
Yeah. Cause like they gotta just take themselves back to where they at.
Once this night is over, they got to go back to reality.
Mm-hmm. Even if they don't live there no more, it's like this is where all my folks is. Like,
yeah, because they probably still stay out in L.A.
Yeah, this is all my folks is, so I understand.
Shit, Pat probably still stay over. Like I don't think all you get my drift.
No, I get what you mean. You're right.
And so I like to say,
it's plenty of land. Shit, land and shit is cheap, so I can't imagine all of them not having houses.
Because you got to ball it. Like it don't make sense. The LA property value don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like unless you on another tax bracket.
Yeah.
Because what you could get to have some raggedy shit in LA, you could live palatially in Tennessee.
Yeah, and I can imagine they probably got spots all of
$5K a month
in northern Mississippi.
$5K a month in Atlanta. I mean, $5K a month in LA versus $5K a month in Tennessee is two different games.
Mm-hmm. You got the yard with the trees and the lined up trees going down the way.
Yeah, that's $1 million spot. So A, I thought that was some bullshit. B, I realized how their fake ass beef, whatever the fuck it was, which clearly now we see what the problem was, Bizzy Bone was jealous.
Yeah.
And what was so sad is Bizzy Bone had the best verses all night long. So like, if you want to prove that you can out rap them niggas, well, you proved it because it clicked in my mind. They're a production duo. It finally clicked. I was like, wait a minute. They're a production duo. They just make some dope ass beats, come up with some chanty hooks, and then they call their little friends to fill in verses. Mm-hmm. But they're a production duo at their heart. And that's why they was able to dominate, because Juicy started playing the Katy Perry songs and shit like that. He started going in like, oh yeah, 20 million sold on this shit. By the way, like, this the shit we won Grammys on. This the shit we won Oscars on.
We got fresh samples.
Nigga, Jay came out fresh with a Goyard bag with at least 50K in singles and just started, when bands would make her dance, motherfuckers, like you could tell they was literally just trying to have a good time. Yeah. But my point with this was, as I watched them too, and I watched Bizzy get mad because about something he had no business being mad about. He want people to recognize that he's the best lyricist in the room. Well, you are. All you had to do is do your verses, and all the attention that you wanted, you would have got it. Because hands down, you had the strongest verses of anybody there that night. Mm-hmm. So the shine that you wanted was coming.
Bizzy the one who got locked up, right? Who was down for a minute?
Bizzy the one that started the fight.
No, I'm saying like I can't remember which bone. I can't remember which bone it was that was locked down.
I don't know. I think that was Wish.
Wishbone?
No, Flesh. I don't know. Flesh. I think it was Flesh.
Okay.
But so that was weird. It's just like some weird ego shit where you was already the dominant person. You trying to beat motherfuckers in the lyrical contest when you already the champion. Hello?
Yeah.
So when I was watching this shit, I realized that those two sounds are actually the blueprint of the modern hip hop, the modern rap sound.
Yeah.
Instead of beefing with each other, all they had to do for the last 20 years is get Bone rapping on Mafia beats. Mm-hmm. Cause y'all got the bars, they got the beats.
Yeah.
You put them bars on those beats and put some of them chanty Juicy J hooks on there. That's Little Baby. Mm-hmm. That's Young Thug.
Yeah.
That's the modern hip hop sound. Some melodic ass shit you could barely understand.
Yeah.
Over
some 808s.
Over some 808s.
Yeah.
So their beef that was based on ego, that was based on pride about something that you was the winner in. Go figure. Like a nigga tripping on something that he's the best in. Huh?
Yeah. Actually
stopped you from ever achieving what it is you could have achieved.
I feel like it gotta be jealousy is a hell of a thing, but I think you're right. That's a good point. It is basically they were the archetypes that eventually became the influences of those that are now doing it today. But what's crazy is I don't know where just the status of musicality, and if on the Bone Thug side of things, how active they are still in music, how active they are still doing doing the music thing as a whole, because I ain't like I see him touring. It's not like I see him featured heavily.
That's why they got washed, because
they big rush.
3-6 is still active.
Big active.
Even if it's just production. You know, that's why I switched over from being a heavy MC and to start getting more into production, because producers live forever. Like forever. Quincy Jones ain't do motherfucking Thriller until he was 50.
Man.
50 before he came up with Thriller. So Stevie Wonder didn't forget how to play the piano, you know. But so I want to say that shit was some whole shit. I want to say that all of that little negative energy that you witnessed in the envy and all of that was in actuality blocking the bag and blocking the blessings, because how the motherfucker just put that goofy ass pride to the side, then they could have really, whatever legacy they have, you could have tacked on a whole nother career on top of that.
Yeah, they could have had
Here you go. Bah.
What?
Now watch Juicy J swing at the air. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they had to go to the Versuz went to break and all that shit. Yeah, he got.
How you break the live?
Yeah, it was late. They broke the live stream, all of that shit. Now, as you can see the footage and shit, you can see, if you know anything about hood motherfuckers, what you want. And then they shook up. But even look at the gear. What the fuck is this? Look at Juicy J. That's a fresh ass suit he got on. You know, that red suit always scared me. But the vest that he got on with it.
Oh yeah, I like that.
You see the way Crunchy Black had to stand back with his mask on? Because you see him masked up?
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers about ready to. Well, you got some Memphis niggas, they'll bust your shit. They are neighbors directly to the south. Like you leave Illinois, you go Cairo.
Yeah, just go down
and
Cicero.
then Memphis.
Yeah, you just go down Cicero. You'll get all the way there.
So you know, that's why they got, but you know, Cairo and Memphis were the capitals of Egypt. You know, that's why they got the pyramid down in Memphis. Mm-hmm. But
got a damn Bass Pro Shop in that motherfucker. So shameful.
Yeah. Oh well, you know, the fish. Ain't that what they say ate Osiris's phallus, the fish? It might be a giant ritual in your face. But anyway.
Look at you.
Anyway, shout out to that. It was Busy Bone did some bitch ass shit in my personal opinion, based on some insecurities that he didn't even need, because the attention that he wanted, he was already gonna get. That's my A of all.
Yeah.
B of all was insensitive, all things considered. C of all, they actually showed the fuck out. And then D of all, I saw how they are actually the foundation of the entire new movement, and because they couldn't get along, people have made billions of dollars using their sound. But with that being said, DJ Paul and Crazy Bone got an album coming out pretty soon, so we'll be able to see what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Of course, it's giant commercials.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's even a better reason why they probably quickly pieced that shit up, is like, my nigga.
Like nigga, we was just in the studio last night. What the fuck are you doing?
Because 9 times out of 10, you definitely gonna have, you know, Bone Thugs on features of the Crazy Bone album.
Well, now this is for the tour.
Yeah. This might as well.
Might as well. And then, so like.
But now they setting themselves up to be the openers.
Well, you know, like I said 2 or 3 episodes ago, clip season is ritual season. We're definitely seeing some shit.
Yeah, okay. I feel it. So I had a trivia question for you.
Okay.
And you can answer this any way that you feel. The 2022 nominations for the Grammys actually just dropped last week.
Exciting.
So many things.
Not really.
I believe just in today, I think Drake actually withdrew his Grammy nominations. I don't know. And they made it real cryptic, because they was like, we just know that his team, this was official and this was really something he really wanted to do. We have no reason as to what his motive was, though. Like, that was all that I seen.
The Grammy's been boycotted from hip hop since the first one. I think Will Smith boycotted his first hip hop Grammy. He didn't show up for the first one. I think Will Smith got the first one or something, and he boycotted. So this is a reoccurring thing. Yeah,
and that's why I thought it was so odd that people was like questioning, like, oh, maybe he did it off of some ego, still beef. I was like, honestly, this is probably the one time where I would say he's been pretty consistent about him really not fucking with the Grammys and not really caring about Grammys. Like, he's drinking out these motherfuckers. He's literally got on stage and said he got plenty. He literally got on stage and said something about like, I want y'all to do better for, you know, the artists. Like, he literally, the last time he won a Grammy, he literally got on stage and did this whole speech about how the Grammys ain't shit and how y'all need to do better by artists, and if y'all gonna if this is gonna be something that can help artists out, make it make sense. Like, let's like spread the wealth. Essentially, is what I think he was getting at.
So what's your trivia question?
What do the Grammys really mean to you, Neo? And then I'll also ask, why do you think it's so valuable in the industry as well?
No, I answer the first one first.
Yeah.
Why is it valuable in the industry? Because it's great to put on your fucking press releases.
But is it kind of like an intrinsic thing? Like we bought into believing that it's valuable?
Well, it's just like somebody saying, you know, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
NBA all first team, you know what I'm saying? Defense, you know, it's just it's just little
superlatives.
Yeah, it's just a little badge you could put on your thing. You know what I'm saying? To be honest though, I've always imagined, you know, you sit there and imagine like what's gonna happen, everything works out, my dreams come true. Yeah. I've seen myself winning Grammys, and I already know what my speech is.
Oh, that's what's up.
I win a bunch of them. Holy shit. It's fucking... I wish that this did not happen. Because I've never seen anybody walk out of here with all these Grammys and continue to have a fucking career afterwards. So...
especially when they get a lot of them at once.
Now I have to do everything in my power.
It's like everybody
who do that one, I have to do everything in my power to break this curse. I am not Lord or motherfucking the Don't Know Why You Didn't Call girl. Look, all them damn songs.
Don't Know Why You Didn't Call.
Don't know why you didn't call. Nora Jones. Remember Nora Jones won all them Grammys?
I do.
And then Lord won all them Grammys that year. And then Alicia Keys won all Leah's Grammys. And then Lauryn Hill won all them Grammys. Yeah. And every time somebody win all them Grammys, they fucking career basically ends. The only person I've ever seen walk out with a whole bunch of Grammys and keep a career is Kanye West and Michael fucking Jackson. What
about Beyonce? Cause I think she got one of them pictures too.
She ain't got like the big win. She might have just had. I don't think Beyonce.
Yeah. She probably just right.
Beyonce didn't have that whoa night, you know.
Yeah, because that's always been a thing too. But that makes sense. That makes sense then.
There'd be tears, but it wouldn't be tears of joy. It'll literally be like, oh shit, I'm the hot potato. You know? Yeah. Like, oh no, hot potato. Yeah. But if you win 2 or 3. It's cool. You get to go to a couple, from what I could surmise. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what the Oscars did for 3-6 Mafia. Mm-hmm. You know, it gets you in a different tax bracket. Not necessarily tax bracket, but it gets you in conversations with people in different tax brackets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the difference between after they went to them Oscar after parties. Yeah, but you go to the Oscar after parties as an Oscar winner, it's different. You get to a different level of Hollywood. A different couple people pass you their phone, their business cards. You know, you go to the Oscar winning brunch every year, and you get to sit next to the motherfucker who sat there and did the score for Dune or some shit. Yeah, Hans Zimmer and shit. And and Hans turn and look at you and shit and pull a joint out like,
oh yes.
And he got that fire. Yeah. So being a part of it, and from that aspect, I can see how that would benefit you. Yeah. But that's if you know how to swim in those waters. Yeah. If you don't know how to swim in those waters, it don't serve you.
What about from the perspective of people who are like those technical wins? If always notice when it comes to these bigger award shows how it's definitely political when it comes to these bigger actor or music, like recording artist type of awards. Yeah. But when it comes to like, you know, motherfucking, you know, producers and, editors and all these different things. Like, I don't know, I'd be feeling like, yeah, this shit really probably helped them the fuck out.
Oh yeah, it's the only thing is though,
just because it's like they're a business. Like
that's great. That's why I said same thing. You get to go into rooms, you get to network with somebody else. Yeah. They might invite you to the They might invite you to like an investor speed dating in Silicon and Palo Alto or some shit now, and you're sitting there and not even no come and perform. They don't call you. Hey, come on, Juice. We're just gonna hang out and yacht. That's great. You get to talk to different people. And
say, come on, Juice.
Yeah, Elon might show up and shit. Elon, tell him the joke. You get to go somewhere new. Mm-hmm. But as far as like, what did they say when the man said he wanted more Joe six packs and Bubba's on the jury?
Yeah,
you can't judge me. Like the Grammys, you're not qualified to have an opinion about me or my music. Yeah. Like you're not qualified to have.
I agree.
You just not, and that's nothing personal.
I agree.
Because I'm not qualified to actually have an opinion about like the Country Music Awards.
Period.
Now, if you play me all the songs and you said which ones are my favorite, I'm gonna have my perspective.
Yeah.
But it's not an educated perspective whatsoever.
Yeah.
So if that'd be like literally if you just asked me to pick which one is the country song of the year, I could tell you which one is my favorite song, but that doesn't mean that I am qualified to even really have an opinion about country music. You might want to ask someone who's qualified, and that ain't me.
Yeah.
So Grammys, they're not qualified to have an opinion. It's not. So
just the Academy, you mean?
Yeah, they're not qualified.
And that's why I think that's why they are for the people who are leaning into just the Grammy, I guess the Grammy machine more than anything. Like what having a Grammy, what
that's all great.
I think that's why it's a lot more quote unquote people who have respect, like the Questloves and shit like that of the world, leading in these initiatives in these Grammy Academies,
right?
Because you definitely see a difference in the past few years in the
they've gotten better. They've gotten a lot better.
It's definitely been like y'all gave Freddie Gibbs
but I mean he deserved it.
I agree, but it's like the fact that they did
and I love that because it made academics look like a fucking idiot because he was literally talking about Freddie Gibbs is irrelevant, and then next thing you know this motherfucker is Grammy nominated, and now his new album, simply because he was Grammy nominated, like for somebody like Freddie, the Grammys was amazing.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't even win. Yeah. Because now it got his name to pop up on people's radars.
Yeah. Same thing it did for Rhapsody.
That it probably never was on. Yeah. So then when he now starts saying, I think I might have been better than King's Disease last year. And I'm not saying I'm better than Nas. I respect Nas, but you still putting out shit. That means you competing with the modern guys too.
Period.
And I'm coming harder than your ass. So now it gave him where he could say, hey Nas, we both Grammy nominated.
Same year.
Ha ha ha. Yeah. So it's just like the freshman list and with XXL, and I guess when it meant something.
Yeah.
It's really
speaking of NASDAQ Nas, we talked about him last week, but I think him going back and getting another nomination for King's Disease too, I think is interesting. Just thinking about like Nas also is who he is.
Right.
He is NASDAQ Nas now. So in my head, I'm thinking like this is like. Yeah, you gotta cut in the
young guys.
You gotta cut in the heavy millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cut him in because you don't want him not to. Yeah, you don't want you don't want to lose favor with him.
Because now his friends who he been doing all this venture, he's cool with the venture capitalists.
Exactly.
And the venture capitalists is the people that actually run Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Let's cut to the chase.
Not the super Hennessy influence.
No. So
he still got a good hairline.
So now, what's the Grammys? Well, and I'm sticking with Freddie Gibbs. What I think it is beautiful though in one aspect, because you get somebody like Academics, who was on $1 Million Worth of Game. By the way, it was decent, but I want to expose his hypocrisy. He was doing everything in his power. The Pretendustry was doing everything in their power to push this whole 6ix9ine, the war on Chirac, all this negativity. You know what I'm saying? Just to outwardly push an image.
Yeah.
he literally went out his way to say Gibbs was whack, Gibbs was washed, nobody fucks with Gibbs. Hopped on 6ix9ine's album. 6ix9ine flops.
As he should.
Everything the Pretendistry pushed flopped. And then the people who they said that the industry itself would never accept, Tyler, Freddie, Nas, all get the Grammy nods. Mm-hmm. So that's the power of what Questlove is doing, because they essentially just made the Pretendistry look like fools.
Yeah.
So now you even got academics trying to, oh, I ain't got no problem with Chicago, but let me tell you why I don't like Freddie. Well, Freddie from Gary, bitch. So you think, what the fuck you think this is? Nigga, Gary is 9094, asshole. Like they right down the street. So I like, but that just shows how he's had to build his whole career off of us. The boys went to college in Rutgers. Why is he not focused on what's going on the East Coast? Why is he always got to talk about Chicago?
Yeah, and you don't want to get me started.
And then the rapper he wanted to beef with, it said was irrelevant, goes on to get Grammy nominated, is from Gary. Like, why do you got to keep talking about us to be relevant, and why you keep saying that this type of music won't work? So that's the one thing I will say has been good about the Grammys. These Pretendistry niggas seek industry validation.
Yeah.
They seek it. They need it. They ass kissers. They follow us.
Yeah.
These last 2 or 3 years since people really put up a fuss about it has thrown the Pretendistry in a loop.
Yeah. Because
the goofy commercials, color by paint by numbers music that they thought would get them acceptance from their industry overlords, has all been rejected. Yeah. And the music that they said would never work is now the Cat's Meow and the Creme de la Creme.
You know what I think it is? I think you made a good point about just, it having some positives to it. And I think that's kind of where I've always landed on. It's like I pay attention to it from the standpoint just to know kind of where these people who are in these powerful positions or in these important positions are, how they making decisions, because I know it's going to direct particular energies that come out from other artists. But more than anything, what I've noticed with these particular changes and overall, what I think has happened with the emergence of the SoundCloud rappers and just internet rappers and just commercially successful rappers, and from a standpoint of where you might not know this nigga you might not know one song from this nigga, but it got millions of niggas who love him. Right. They sell millions of fucking they get millions of downloads, whatever the situation is. Cultural cachet is now balancing, kind of fucking up commercialism. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because it's now this oversaturation of artistry, because you can now become a musical artist easier. Yeah. Now the only thing that's gonna now make you be better than this promethazine 769 789 rapper versus this, casual ass nigga who just been, pretty much just building and growing, who just raps. The nigga just raps. He got some cool soulful beats. And this nigga pull a feature from, somebody, one of your favorite artists. Right. Because he just cool like that. Right. While this nigga is literally only rapping with all the trendy niggas, maybe get somebody who goes into that world, but for the most part, hella fucking,
Here today, gone today?
I mean, not even here today, gone today. They really never here because they never really getting this, it's almost like this weird sense of crossing over. It's like they never even get here. Because they got to cross over into like, almost like the cool kids, because it's like their niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you're going to be able to play festivals. You're going to be able to get all these motherfucking white people into these big venues. But do people really know who the fuck you are from that standpoint?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Russ is a hell of a fucking artist who sells a lot of fucking music, who makes a lot of fucking money. But is Russ really shaking up culture like that? I don't think he shakes up culture.
Nah, Russ ain't shaking up culture.
From the standpoint of like where he puts out an album and everybody stop what they doing.
Well, I like what you were saying, and I agree. And that's why Chance disappointed me so much. with, and I one more time
because he kind of had he was in the fork in the road where he had cultural cachet.
Even what I was saying like last time about Barack and Virgil and Kanye. Chance represents independence in this game and not needing to do any of the things that you just said. Yeah. So I also think a part of the reason why they started pushing that drill shit is to make Chance, because Chance was the scariest thing the industry had ever seen before. Mm-hmm. Chance was the thing that they feared. Yeah. So that's why they really started rebranding Chicago to be not the home of Kanye, not the home of Chance, not the home of fucking Virgil, not the home of Lupe, not the home of Common, not the home of Barack. Because if that becomes the face of the city, now Chicago becomes the face of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm. And now you got musical incubators. You got artists want to just move here to just make music, to be in the vibes, to be in the mix.
Yeah.
That brings so much culture.
Which is what created New York, which is what created LA, which is what created Atlanta. Yeah,
because all people with money want to be where the cool kids are.
Exactly. So that's why when you look at the white bitch ass, fucking Jerry Mouse ass, hoe ass niggas like that, and how they gotta always ride our coattails and put out this negative image to push their damn self. Because they put out this false image of us. Yeah. Because imagine if Chance became the norm. Yeah.
Which is so many. Like it is crazy thinking about like my bro Rick Wilson, who's right in that same vein of making, I guess, quote unquote, the unstereotypical Chicago music. And motherfucker be having fucking funk based music and disco type of influences and all types of shit. But if you really it's like a lot of people. He's not the only, and Rick isn't even the only one. No, there's so many artists who are musically based in a whole different direction because Chicago is so many other things.
But how? Like, but you know that. But then out of town. But if you don't send them some drill shit, and by drill they mean classic original Chicago drill. You slide up 808. I did not ask for UK drill. Like God, look, I watched the fucking tutorial on YouTube. Let me slide my 808s, man. Let me be great. No.
Even the dissociation of certain people, like, you know, like folks like Mick, folks like Smino, all these people who have definitely gotten a lot of their things and created a lot of music in Chicago. They are seen as like silos of music. They seen as, oh yeah, Mick is Mick. He ain't from nowhere. Smino is Smino. He ain't from nowhere. And even I think Chance even became that. I think Chance just wore Chicago so hard. That's why you could never forget it. But if Chance brought up Chicago a little bit less, then it would have really been
He's just been an internet baby, like one of the people from the internet.
Exactly, but I think because he did, and because he was so hand in hand with it visually, and within his music, and with just things he said, and just his overall branding, it made you not. You couldn't disconnect it.
Well, I'm gonna say this: when I was working on my last project, it's called Gods of Egypt. I made it because I knew the drill and all that shit was gonna die down, and I was making some what's next music because I'm like, there's no need for me to ride this wave. The first early adopters done already made it out. People done made it out the gate, done made it out. Ain't nobody else getting out. Might as well just wait for it. Just let it pass over, right?
Yeah, I get that.
So while I'm doing the Passover, I put out a project that's all inspired by some of my favorite songs or some of my favorite albums. I literally just find beats that didn't sound like but felt like this era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Felt like this era. Felt like that era. Put them together, got a bunch of international press. City act like it didn't happen. Cool. What turns around and happens next? King's Disease gets nominated. Freddie Gibbs gets nominated. Tyler the Creator gets nominated. Whatever the fuck happened. Mm-hmm. You get my drift. Mm-hmm. What does my shit sound like? Sounds like a bass heavier version of that. Mm-hmm. So what did that do? Turned around and made my little industry friends and shit who was looking at me crazy for not just, going
drill.
for not going. Yeah, everybody's looking at me crazy. So you're not just gonna make a trap drill album? Like, maybe if it was done today, but the amount of time it's gonna take me to make it, get it finished. By the time I'm done, the moment would have passed. So we might as well just let that shit slide.
Hey, how much work you gotta do?
Yeah. It's a lot of work for an album that by the time it's done.
Branding wise, like for you to, you gonna have to really present yourself in a certain way too.
And by the time you get that done, the sound done changed. So instead of playing that goofy ass game, now I put out a project that they didn't want. Yeah. That now sounds like the shit that's nominated. And the people who asked that they kissing, they got to secretly think to themselves while they sitting in the room listening to these albums, Neo shit sounds better. So do Grammys help? In this situation, hell yeah, it helped me. But yeah, I want to say one more thing though. Fuck Jerry Mouse, bitch ass. They brought up, I respect the fuck out of Wallow and for directly asking how Jerry affected Chicago crime and culture by promoting and glamorizing all that war on Chirac shit. So shout out to Wallow for holding that nigga feet to the fire. And he fake took a personal responsibility, but then 2 seconds later, being the hypocritical whore that he is, then turned around and got offended because he said he didn't like the way Freddie Gibbs was representing him and on social media. And that hurt his feelings. But then he acted like it was cool to misrepresent 9 million people, Chicago land. But because he was like, man, you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. But then tried to blow off what he did to us. So fuck him and his mama.
I wanted to pivot to some real interesting news.
Fuck your mama, nigga.
It was some, I seen the actual video. I heard about this new Black Wall Street mall that was being created in Atlanta, Georgia.
Shout out.
And I believe the grand opening was a little bit after, I think it was right after Thanksgiving. So it was November 26th was the grand opening.
Okay.
And they called it, they literally made a flyer said the blackest Black Friday.
I mean, but it's Atlanta. Like,
I love that.
That don't shock me. That don't shock me.
I believe this is actually what's crazy about them establishing it in this year. I believe it's exactly, I want to say 100 years. I want to say 100 years since the Tulsa, Oklahoma riots.
Yeah, Tulsa was. I'm glad. FYI,
I think it was in 1921.
Tulsa was one of many.
One of many.
The Bronzeville race riot also happened around Tulsa. That was 1919. So it's been 102 years happened. Because if you drive around Bronzeville, you got to remember them buildings was there 100 years ago. Yeah. So them brothers and sisters was living in them castles when they was in pristine condition 100 years ago. And you also have to remember that Dan Ryan wasn't there. So it
was just a road.
So Bridgeport and Bronzeville kind of used to touch.
Yeah.
So you had them poor fuckers over in Bridgeport living over there with the I don't know if it was over there, but that's where they used to slaughter all the fucking shit, where they had the slaughterhouses over there.
And you got the black folks living by the lake.
In the big ass mansions.
Muddy Waters and shit is your neighbor.
At that time, the black dollar on the south side circulated 20 times before it left the community. A lot of this shit we talking about that we want to do for our community, we already had. We're not looking to the future. We looking to the past. And shout out to Tulsa. FYI, if it makes sounds like I'm not honoring Tulsa.
No.
I'm just saying that.
But I think that's a point to make, because I think a lot of people say Black Wall Street and they immediately think they only think of Tulsa. Just because it's been glamorized and truly dramatized. It's been a million dramatizations now in the past few years since. I believe it was The Watchmen. The Watchmen is kind of what
opened people's eyes.
Opened people's eyes, because that was the first actual show ran by with some white showrunners.
Well, you know that's why that's why they got Watchmen off the TV. That's why they got Lovecraft Country out the way, because they was literally showing the truth about how this occult system works to run America. And they were showing the secret powers that we have. And, Lovecraft Country broke it all the way down. But
that shit was good.
Watchmen, they was literally showing in Watchmen how the supremacists was putting mind control in the media, and it was run by KKK.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, I mean, that's what it is. Bone literally said that this is what happened. So if you look at it, you just watch Skull and Bone versus the 666 Mafia. And these motherfuckers is singing about sipping on some scissor, and these motherfuckers singing about murder, bloody murder, come again. So then, you watch The Watchmen, and so you watch The Watchmen, and then you sit and watch the Skull and Bones versus the 666 Mafia, and you trying to tell me that art isn't imitating life or life ain't imitating art? Like, come on. Or you watch Lovecraft Country, where they show the truth that the dumbest thing these Europeans ever did, that the slave owners were actually occultists. Let's just start there. They were doing some wild, weirdo occult shit, which they were doing totally wrong. Like, I looked at one of their grimoires. Holy shit. Like, they was dumb. Like, whoa. Like, you did that? All right. Hey, okay. But the interesting part is plantations were corporations. Yeah. So if modern time was then, Apple would be a plantation. Microsoft would be a plantation. Tesla would be a plantation. So what am I saying that to say? The average European can't marry into the Musk family. They can't marry into the Gates family. They can't marry into the Jobs family. They can't even get next to these people to have a conversation with them just so that maybe they could just get horny and bust a raw waggity nut. So if that's what it was like now, guess what it was like then? The same thing. So while Elon Musk might have had one kid with his wife, what they dumbasses was doing back then was having 15 fucking kids in the fields. So part of the reason why Europeans are so jealous of us is because we actually have superior European DNA to them, because they weren't allowed to share DNA with the rest of the Europeans, but the DNA that they weren't sharing with their own people, they freely gave away to us. So if it was a modern plantation, Elon might have one kid, but it'd be 15 Elon Juniors in the back. And that's still Elon's baby. He still got Elon's whatever. Yeah. And so what if Elon's granddaughter met Bill Gates' granddaughter, who is also related to Steve Jobs' grandfather, and they just so happen to meet in Detroit or the south side of Chicago in some ghetto, but they are actually of these bloodlines, and that level of genius is still there intact. Yeah. What? And y'all was doing some occult magical things? What? And it's still tied into my bloodline? What? So they put out one season of both of them motherfuckers. Yeah. It was like,
because it was about to get real.
Because it's about to get real.
Misha Green, I believe, released when it was HBO had put out the press release saying like, no, we're not renewing Lovecraft Country 2 for a second season. And she released like just literally like just random shit, and she released like a map. No context, just a map saying like this was going, this is where I was going to take it for this next season. It was literally like a map that had like this is where like indigenous people, this is where they will inhabit parts of America. Black folks gonna have like this whole, like all of damn near the Southwest and Midwest and East Coast. Yeah. And then, like a little patch of whiteness, and then like a little bit of, for Mexico. It was like real interesting. So it was like, oh, she about to give us some real alternate.
Oh, well, no, they don't want that type of shit to get into the collective consciousness.
Because you gotta remember, Lovecraft was set in the 50s.
And also Lovecraft was a racist. So what she's doing in and of itself is a magic trick. Yeah. She's doing some occult shit. And taking it and flipping the magic and
it's based off a book.
Yeah, written by racists.
No, I'm saying Lovecraft Country is based off a book.
Yeah,
but Lovecraft, yeah, you're right. You're still right.
Yeah. So that's a magic trick.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm
just saying? Like flipping a negative into a positive.
Just like how the way they flip it is, they told us ISIS was a terrorist group.
When ISIS is
ISIS.
Yeah, it's a goddess. Yeah.
So you say ISIS ISIS. Oh, no. What's ISIS? Mm-hmm. ISIS is the lifting the veil, you retard.
Yeah. But no, I say all that to say, go check out the new Black Wall Street Market.
Yeah, go check it out.
In Stonecrest, Georgia. The new Black Wall Street Market located in Stonecrest, Georgia is a destination for family fun, entertainment, retail, gourmet, grocery shopping, and fine dining set among beautifully curated common spaces. There are 100+ shops and restaurants.
That's a lot.
Located inside this new and exciting development. I forgot what the name of the old mall was, but they literally took an old mall that was in, I think it was southeast of downtown Atlanta, and literally gutted the motherfucker out.
I mean, they got so many abandoned buildings in Atlanta, like
shit everywhere.
Bando.
Everywhere. Every Sears is motherfucking.
Hey, that's what I was about to say next. We got to do that in Chicago. We got to get back to having our dollar circulate 10 to 20 times before it leaves the community.
Dead ass.
We got to get back to that, and it's not even something to look forward to. It's something to look back at. Yeah. And we got to really figure out, because everybody that's why I got so offended about that goofy shit on Twitter. Because you look at these brothers and sisters, man. I said 1919. Shit, slavery ended 1863, some shit like that. Yeah. So them niggas was living like that 50 years out of slavery. 60 years out of... I want one of them big ass cribs on 35th and King Drive right now.
And they had that motherfucker when it cost maybe $500.
I take one of them bitches right now.
They had that motherfucker when it cost $1,000.
Right now. So them motherfuckers was living like that 200 years ago,
But I mean, let's really think about it. Now I'll be having real interesting.
Shout out to Noble Drew Ali.
Yeah, I'll be trying to have real high level conversations with some of my peoples who really didn't get the context of certain histories when we was in school and aren't like pumped up by that shit and like really find the influence and find the inspiration within those real life things that have actually happened. Like folks be feeling so fucking helpless, right?
Didn't we just tell you with Watchmen? They brainwashed.
I know, but it's the fact. It's the fact that you literally, just what you said, 50 years outside of slavery. You talking about? I think one of the every single Black Wall Street had like a very how can I say like this extremely notable thing. Just like every great city does. Like they have this particular industry that they are, right, proprietors of, whatever it may be. Tulsa, for instance, it being one of the most famous and most well known, these motherfuckers had literally every single working aspect of that community needs. Yeah. And I believe they even had they were starting to even garner relations abroad.
International.
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing with Rosewood. Here the reason why we didn't get burned down is because World War I had just ended. And the brothers had just made it back from World War I. Mm-hmm. And they showed up, and the former soldiers set up commands all throughout the Bronzeville, and was sitting on top and set up sniper rifles and shit like that, because they had just got back from fucking up Germany.
Damn.
So when them motherfuckers ran in from Bridgeport on that rah-rah, they didn't know that they had just had First Lieutenant Corporal, such and such.
Black units, all these black platoons got one for you right in your ass.
So the first drive-by happened in Bronzeville, and when they shot the car up, and when they shot the car up, the soldiers shot the car up, and when they came and looked at the people in the car, it was police, and the police was riding through the hood shooting at the niggas, and not in cop cars. And that's why they built the projects. That's why they built the projects all up and down State Street as a punishment. Even if you look back then, that's when a lot of what Noble Drew Ali was talking about with the Moorish Science Temple. You look at Marcus Garvey, they used to talk about the science of the mind a lot. Yeah. All of them was real big on the science of the mind. All of them was, which we would now look at as the law of attraction or intention.
Yeah.
But they was all big on the science, you know. Especially here. A lot of the hoodoo and voodoo books that they would read in the Caribbean, the actual publisher was here. Little known fact.
Didn't know that.
So a lot of the publisher was here. Same thing with the Kybalion, which is where you get all the alchemy, the 3 initiates. It's printed here. So
that's you. That's a thinker.
Make you wonder what the 5-point star and the 6-point star really mean. But anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, I think we are ready for, because I believe we can dabble a little bit longer on some of our quick fire today.
Okay. So
let's tap in. So let's start with the most ignorant and get to the most I guess unusual.
Okay.
Because it's quick fire, so you know how we go. Now let's start with Montana of 300.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is his rap name.
Yeah, I think it's Montana. I think that's his name.
Montana of 300. According to XXLmagazine.com, not often on this website.
They still print that?
Right. Montana of 300 says he's fighting for his life, quote unquote, with COVID-19 1 month after anti-vax post. Montana of 300 announced he's suffering from a serious bout with COVID-19 exactly 1 month after putting up an anti-vax post on social media. The Chicago rhymer, who previously made an Instagram post shaming people who yielded to pressure to get vaccinated, alerted his fans on social media about the sad situation he has found himself in. I'm fighting pneumonia and COVID right now.
Damn.
He tweeted. I can't be a father to my kids. I can't train my sons in the gym. I can't attend their games and support them. I can barely walk or talk. I'm fighting for my life right now. So y'all bear with me and pray for me. #RapGod.
Look, as a non-vaccinated person, I'm gonna say this. Niggas, I hope he gets well.
I hope he gets well. First off, let's get that out the way. I hope you get well.
Get well soon.
Montana 300. I really do. Soon. I want you to get back to your kids. I want you to be able to see their games. I want you to do all those things.
All that thing that you didn't necessarily appreciate, and now you get an opportunity to appreciate it. So look, check it out.
Yes.
I don't think people realize that 2 different things could be true.
Yeah.
2 things could be true at one time.
For sure.
So it could be something weird and media pushed about the whole fear tactics of this whole COVID thing. Because it is a fear tactic involved.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this could be something that's dangerous that could actually affect you.
Yes.
This thing is completely harmless to 90% of people. That could be true. And it's completely deadly to X% of people. Both can be true at the same fucking time.
And that's still a lot of people.
Both can be true. Both can be true.
Yeah.
And when I hear people talk, I'm so tired of people acting like both cannot be true.
Yeah.
I'm patiently waiting for vaccine 2 or 3.0.
Yeah.
I want all these 300-400 million people go out and try it out for me. Then y'all go and whatever happened. Then they're gonna come back with a new formula.
They're already doing it.
Right. So once they get version 3 or 2.
Yeah.
I need them to try it out on everybody else first.
Yeah. Because I think they said they're developing. It's a new one. I think it's 3 right now. I think it's a newer one that's coming out where they're just on some we the real true one shot. Johnson fucked up. We the real true one shot.
So once they work the kinks out,
yeah.
I didn't buy an iPhone 1. I'm not an early adopter of technology at all. I don't buy one of anything. I didn't get Ableton 1.
Yeah.
I didn't get the iPhone 1. I don't get anything 1. You understand? I don't jump into any technology into 3. That's my rule.
You're a 3.0 guy.
3.0 guy. Mm-hmm. Once 3.0 come out,
I feel that.
Give it to daddy. I feel like y'all gonna have worked out the kinks. Everybody done complained.
Yeah.
The price done dropped. Slide it on over.
Yeah.
So the people that act like, because there's people out there who agree with everything I just said, and then they just would stop right there. They won't then turn around and be like, hey, it's actually some danger involved. Hey, people need to watch out for themselves. Hey, take care, wear a mask, wash your hands. No, they just want to... There's no consequences. There's no repercussions. They're trying to scare us. Yes, you're right. There's hella fear tactics in the media and it's very suspect. Yeah. But there's a difference between fear and danger. I reject all their fear and I am completely aware of the danger at the same fucking time. I can walk and chew bubble gum. I can do it. Yeah. So, just prayers up. Learn how to walk and chew bubble gum, people.
Yeah. Let's stop being so ignorant about this. It's something that you aren't the only one living in this. You aren't the only one living with this. And the fact that this is truly a nameless, you know what I'm saying, like a targetless, better yet, thing that can really affect so many different people. You'll be upset. You'll be upset to learn that you're the reason why grandma ain't gonna make it to no more Christmas.
And they flat out done said that obesity is a part of it. Mm-hmm. And as the most obese people in America,
we need to.
I mean, and then certain people, you woke up and chose violence. Nigga, I woke up and chose the truth. The lies, violence, motherfucker. At Neo.com, at me, bitch.
Moving on to CNN.com. Man in Italy uses fake silicone arm to try to get a vaccine certificate. Now this is I just wanted to throw that out there just because it was related.
Yeah, that was perfect timing. I like your segue with that one.
A 50-year-old man tried to pass off a silicone arm as his own at a COVID-19 vaccination clinic in northern Italy in an attempt to get a vaccine certificate without actually getting inoculated.
I mean, I think the story speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But my question, I only got one question.
Yeah.
I have no soliloquy, no statement. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck did this nigga find a silicone arm?
That's his size. Like, that's perfect, tailored to his arm. Where the fuck is your arm?
This nigga just walking in with an arm all just...
So what you and this motherfucker with your arm behind your back, got the other arm stiffed and the motherfucker just... And that motherfucker looking hella rubbery.
Oh God, he thought that shit out. Like that was a whole,
He was like, I heard people in there just
I don't want to
about 5 minutes.
I don't want to see a movie. I don't want to see a movie of that. But like a 25-minute short would be great. Like 25 minutes. I need to see this nigga's whole premeditation to getting his silicone arm. And then the best part is, because it had to be like a Scooby-Doo mystery, right? Because like somebody says, excuse me, sir, is your arm made of silicone? Like imagine you there and you realize a nigga got a rubber arm. Like, nigga, you got a rubber arm and then you get busted. So shout out to that Scooby-Doo villain. Yeah. They would have got away with it if it wasn't for Scooby-Doo.
Let's
those damn kids.
Let us pivot down to the Valley of White Nonsense in the quickfire segment.
Oh no.
So you have, according to WGNTV.com, this is local news here. Former Cook County Sheriff's deputy charged with allegedly trafficking cocaine from Mexico.
Wait a minute. The cops is trafficking the drugs
from Mexico.
The police?
A former Cook County Sheriff's deputy was arrested and charged for his alleged involvement in trafficking cocaine from Mexico into Illinois. Wait. Now I thought he was white. He's not white.
No, he's a Latin.
He's Juan Carmano, 46 of Burr Ridge.
He probably puts white on his census papers though.
He probably does. Was charged with criminal drug conspiracy, calculated Damn, I ain't even know calculated criminal drug conspiracy was a charge.
That shit sound like RICO to me.
Right?
Like, it sound like just something somebody said in court. They was like, we allege that you is in a calculator. I'm like, no, I reject.
It's the fact that these are two different things, I'm assuming. Calculated criminal drug conspiracy and then criminal drug conspiracy.
Wait, so they both RICOs?
These are two different things. So it sounds like you were part of the planning.
And the execution.
I
object.
Controlled substance trafficking. So not criminal drug and controlled substance trafficking.
I don't even know the difference. I object.
Possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver in possession of a controlled substance.
Object.
That's it. My guy, what the fuck? You really out here smuggling all the bricks. Golly. Let me see if they got it.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that the people who work for what was he, a sheriff? What was he?
It says that he was a deputy. Yeah, he was a sheriff's deputy. So, yeah, in 2019, Homeland Security investigations discovered Carmano's alleged involvement in an international cocaine trafficking operation in July 2019. HSI agents recovered over 16 kilograms of cocaine.
First of all, I don't even know what HSI is. That's a whole
Homeland Security investigation.
That's even worse.
Homeland Security.
Nigga, God, Homeland Security. They got out. Oh no.
Of cocaine from 2 Illinois residents Carmano allegedly owned.
Well, 16 keys ain't even that much, to be honest with you.
But I think that's the thing. I think he was just the root to the thing. That's why this shit's 2019.
Yeah, because basically he.
They was probably watching him the whole time to finally get the big thing.
16 keys ain't really.
So it's like we found these 16 keys and now we held your ass down. You feel me?
Yeah.
He probably cooperated. But
they know probably.
Alleged told agent Carmano allegedly told agents the cocaine was from Mexico and admitted to being part of an operation that I guess I should have kept reading that trafficked the cocaine into Illinois.
Wow. Don't he know that the Mexican Mafia was going to murder him?
Big time. His bond is set for $1 million and next court date is December 10th.
He's still in he like protective custody. Wait, he's a former cop that's now in protective custody and been trafficking for the MF.
Bruh.
And done tricked on the MM.
And a heavily Mexican police. And a heavily Mexican police district, mind you. We talking about West Burbs.
Oh man. Let me explain something to you.
We talking about over there by Midway and them.
All them little
Burr Ridge.
All them little communities that's been taken over. Cause like once you get like past like Cicero, like 79th, like on the other side of Midway and all that, but you in the suburbs, you could tell some of them little small towns been corrupted by cartel and mafia influences. Yeah. Because if I was a cartel or the mafia, I wouldn't operate within the city limits. I would just take over one of them little small ass towns and shit. Find out one of these little mayors or police chiefs that's like got a little coke habit or a hooker habit or some shit like that, one little small ass titty, and put that nigga nuts in the bind, and we ain't gonna cause no problems here. Ain't gonna be no shooting. Ain't gonna be no fighting. We ain't doing no sales here. But just know for a fact that we keeping it right here. In this unnamed. This random ass small town that's in the Collet County. One of them little Collet, because I was getting some floors. And, like floor and decor and all that shit is out there. So I was driving through all them little random spots that you never go past. Yeah. And as I was driving, I was just telling Alexis, I was like, man, this town seems like it's like completely run by like criminal enterprises. She was like, it's quiet. I'm like,
that's the point.
That's the point.
It's some Wild West shit.
This ain't right.
People should be living, thriving, and moving around, going to work, and
something ain't right out here.
Yeah, nobody can live over here.
Hey, well, look, let me explain something to you guys at home. Cops, No, they're not supposed to go to jail, right? Because nobody likes a cop in jail, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody who's in jail was put there by a cop. I mean, that's just kind of
and it's kind of easy to pick who gonna be the snitch when you a cop.
Yeah.
Who gonna be the snitch, huh?
The former cop.
The former cop, the killer, or the thief?
This nigga who already know him. And then you go against the cartel or the mafia, whichever one
it is.
Nobody likes snitches in jail either. So you a snitch cop?
Talk about double jeopardy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
Prayers up.
keep it tight, Carmano.
Yeah. Hey. Fuck! Don't drop the soap. Just don't bathe, nigga. Like,
yeah, you better hope they got you.
They be like shower time. Be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
So this is a very interesting story. Down in where the big booty is grown and thrives. Houston, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Houston PD.
It's definitely something in the water.
It's something in the water.
Petrochemicals.
Golly. Evidence suggests money found in Lakewood church walls is connected to 2014 theft. We first learned of the stash of cash and checks when a plumber called into the Bull Morning Show on FM 100.3. A man who claimed to have found $600,000 hidden inside a bathroom wall of Lakewood Church is sparking a series of questions and conspiracy theories. Don't you wonder, quote, don't you wonder, like, what happened to the person who stashed the money in this wall? Asked 100.3 FM radio DJ George Lindsay. I mean, why did they never come back for it?
Because they still in the church, nigga.
Curiosity peaked when the man who claims to be a plumber named Justin called into the Bull Morning Show Thursday. Lindsay says he and his fellow DJs were asking listeners, I'm assuming that's what they meant to say, have you ever found anything of value? And then calls poured in of historians finding $20 or $50. And then this guy, Justin, called and said, yeah, I found $600,000. And the conversation that happened during the morning.
Wait. I got a question. How did anybody ever know you found $600,000?
I don't know.
Nigga would have had to come and ask me where was his $600,000. Like, I'd be like, I heard you found how much? Nigga, I need the number. Don't tell me what it's about. I need you to tell me it was $600,000 exactly, because otherwise I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Now, if you come and knock on my door and you tell me a specific number, I'm gonna have to give you back what I got left. But
so let's really theorize. You know what I'm saying?
Church is stealing money,
but make that make sense. Later in the article, they talk about how there was some renovations happening. This is why some of the people who were working,
they kept
finding shit in the walls, finding envelopes, finding money, all types of shit.
It was a movie. Yeah, it sounded like some movie shit. Like, it sounded like some Ocean's 11. Somebody hid their last stash in the wall. I've seen this movie before. I've also.
So you think Joel? This is Joel's money? Because evidently this was stolen donations.
Let me put it to you like this. I was not there.
Yeah, that's why
anything that I say is not even hearsay.
Yeah, it's not. We don't know shit.
It is literally just speculation.
Big speculation.
But if you trying to get me to believe that somebody hid their stash in a church,
where they stole it from,
which by the way is a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking that.
He said we looking everywhere else.
But where is that?
But where you thought it was?
Actually, Spike Lee did a movie about that. Inside Job with Denzel Washington and Clive Owens.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it right here. So I seen the movie. I seen this before.
That's a lot of money.
Now, what do I think is more likely? That a motherfucker is faking the funk and is manipulating and stealing from people and is hiding the money in the walls and done stole so much damn money they forgot where they done hid it at?
Yeah.
Do I think it's more likely that the motherfucker just forgot that they stole $600,000 from their people and forgot that they hid it in the wall? Or do I think that it's more likely that somebody stole the money and left it there? Now, I would like option B because I like a good Ocean's 11.
Yeah, that would be great.
I like Danny Ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's great. I love it. You know, I see myself with a suit with my bow tie untied and top button unpopped.
I can see that. I can see that whole plan out. He was like, let's get some untaxable money. Nobody even looking for this.
Yeah, leave it here and then come back later and blah blah blah.
In the middle of the revival.
And who like breaking into a church should be relatively easy. So it's like we're gonna leave it in the church and then come back and get it 5 years later. Like so I don't know. You know, that's a possibility.
Yeah, we only left with this many racks, but we're gonna come back for the big.
I'm open to it if it, but.
Joel's stealing his money, man. That's what it is.
Yeah,
he got so much money out here with that mega church.
You know
that he forgot. He forgot what he did with it.
Mega churches, to me, all that stuff they do, man. It reminds me of, you know, people always say, "What would Jesus do?"
Yeah,
and I like to remind them, flipping the table and beating a nigga with a whip is on the menu. Everyone likes to forget that part.
That he came through the temple.
And because he walked into the Holy of Holies and they were supposed to have, you know, instead of making change, they was trying to make some change.
Yeah.
Instead of making change, they had change makers there.
Yeah. And
at that moment, flipping the desk and grabbing a motherfucking whip is on the menu. That's all I'm saying. These are not my words.
Yeah.
This is the Bible.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing these people that keep making so much change. Mm-hmm. But guess what they're not really doing? They're not making no real change. Because he got mad with the change makers. They was making change instead of making change. They was focused on gold instead of gold. Goals. You know what I'm saying? It's a metaphor. So all I know is last time they said Jesus saw some shit like this, there was a whip involved.
Yeah.
After that, he broke bread with the homies, and you know we know the rest of the story. You know, is that one of you motherfuckers gonna deny me? One of you niggas is gonna trick on me? One of you niggas is gonna lie on me? But who cares? Break bread, roll up. This the last time we kicking it.
Because I already know what it is.
I already know what it is. Because
and I love you anyway.
I mean, I already knew you was gonna do this before I met you, fool. Like, get out of here. I'm beyond space and time. Relax. Wake up. So, you know, that's what I think it is, you know. And if I'm wrong,
I don't think you are.
I apologize from the bottom of my soul, because that is not anything that you are supposed to accuse anyone of. And last time I checked, Jesus doesn't, you know, this man was all about turning the other cheek until he saw that shit. You know, he saw that. What? All right, cool. So y'all trying to make change off my daddy name instead of making change? All right, cool. All right. Yeah, that's what I think happened.
That's it.
And if that's what happened, you know, you using Christ's name about something that Christ went against his own words about. So you want to call yourself a Christian? Let's see how Jesus handled them type of people. I'm just saying, I didn't write the book. You know, I didn't.
I ain't write the book. So you can ask somebody else.
You can go check it. I don't know what page it's on, but it's in there.
You can go see about it.
You go look up yourself. Don't take my word.
Yeah, and real quick, only a few more quick fires. CNN fires Chris Cuomo amid inquiry into his efforts to aid his brother.
What?
The network said, "Damn, they trying to really get me to sign up for this."
New York Times, they like give us some money,
give us
bitch.
some money, nigga. But no, I remember the story at least from what I read earlier. Chris Cuomo essentially was actually in cahoots with Big Bruh, Governor Andrew Cuomo.
The government and the media are entangled with each other.
But it was what he was entangled with. It was the allegations. I believe it was some real foul shit. We talking about like, I believe it was in the sexual nature.
The government and the media hide from the people their disgusting sexual proclivities, whatever the fuck. You're kidding.
Yeah.
Let me just get to my. You're kidding.
Yeah. So it was because of sexual misconduct of his brother, but I believe he was not only involved but knew very much about it. They put him on suspension just a day, maybe a day or two.
Like the whole Epstein had Trump at his house thing.
Like Epstein had a whole island of little people, little young girls doing.
Wait a minute,
young people. I don't even know if it was just girls.
Like R. Kelly. Wait a minute, you're trying to tell me I can't believe it? The media was trying to change the story because they are one and the same with the government, and they were trying to hide their disgusting true nature. Oh no. Yeah. You're kidding.
I'm not dumb. But I'm not surprised.
Next thing you know, they gonna find out St. Nicholas was black. Holy shit, he was. No, wait a minute. So you're trying to say the same week it comes out that Trump was hanging out with Epstein, the same week it comes out that Trump was hanging out with Epstein and the media was there too. Now it comes out that the governor and the face of CNN are working together in cahoots.
Because they brothers too.
Because they're actual family.
They actual family. So yeah, I'm gonna take up for my brother's, you know what I'm saying, his grab assery.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he was out there helping.
So just like how
look at Chris.
Blackface media ain't real, you trying to tell me that the parent company ain't real neither?
Guess not.
But this supposed to be CNN. I thought Fox was the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they're Democrats and liberals. I thought that they were the good guys. Help me, Kamala. Help me, Kamala.
Last two quick fires are within the scientific nature. Appreciate you for sending us over these things because they are pretty monumental. Hawaii, according to Yahoo.com, is under a blizzard warning with 12 inches of snow and winds of up to 100 miles per hour expected. Woo woo.
Nigga, that's a tornado.
A snow-nado, my nigga.
A sharknado.
Like the
holy shit.
It might be.
Sharknado is coming.
Sharks in Hawaii.
Sharknado is coming to.
But yeah, think about that. Like what that's gonna do to the wildlife and shit. That it get that cold, my nigga.
Even if it's
like that's gonna really fuck them up.
Hey man.
It's probably gonna be volcano storms.
Fire and ice.
Dead ass.
Fuck, man, the liberals with their climate.
What a way. Like you got tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Hawaii costs too much.
Well, you know, Hawaii
for this many things to be able to happen.
Hawaii is literally just sitting. If you look at the way the islands are shaped, you can see what it is. It's a vortex. It's like basically a giant volcano, a vortex just shooting magma up. And as the Earth's crust turns, the island is formed. And that's why the islands are shaped like that, because the thing stays and everything moves around it. Yeah. So you're literally sitting on top of, that's why it's still so volcanic over there, because it's a volcano.
Yeah. You building ground on ash.
Yeah, I had a buddy who took some of that volcanic rocks from there, like you're not supposed to, and her life went downhill.
Ooh.
Like she was like, oh yeah, they told me not to do it. I'm like, oh, so you think you bad, huh?
You think you bigger than the island? You think you bigger than island magic? Okay.
You must not seen Moana, nigga. Like you need to get your life right.
Yeah, you gotta. And you're welcome.
I didn't let her back in my house, bitch. You might want to put that shit in the mailbox, send that shit back to Honolulu, ho.
For real. And then lastly,
hey yo, but before we move on, Fox News told me that climate change wasn't real. Fuck you, Al Gore. Blizzards at 100 mile per hour. That's proven that it's not global warming because it's cold in Hawaii. That's dumb cracker logic.
According to ScienceAlert.com, truly. According to ScienceAlert.com, finally a fusion reaction has generated more energy than absorbed by the fuel. A major milestone has been breached in the quest for fusion energy. For the first time, a fusion reaction has achieved a record 1.3 megajoule energy output, and for the first time exceeding energy absorbed by the fuel used to trigger it. Although there is still some way to go. The results represent a significant improvement on previous yields, 8 times greater than experiments conducted just a few months prior.
Damn.
So they've been getting close. They've been getting close. They got it. But no, honestly, when it comes to just all this shit, I've already see, you know, we spoke about the metaverse and all that. So people need to be welcome in drastic change.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to just be through the metaverse. Everything's going to continuously change to make the life that's suitable for everything what's to come to finally come, and it's not going to make sense to you
if you're not hip to it.
If you're not understanding, like, now we are all invested into self-driving cars. Now we're all invested into
you
AI.
Just late to the party. You tardy.
Yeah, you big tardy.
Because fusion is beautiful. Like Illinois is run off of nuclear fission. That's why we always thought Springfield with the Simpsons was Springfield, Illinois, because the power that's on right now, powering these lamps, is from nuclear reactors here in Illinois. So fission is cool, but it's dirty, as we saw with Fukushima, and you know, which, by the way, those nuclear rods are still in the fucking ocean. They never went and got them. They just stopped talking about it, which is the weirdest shit in the world to me, because those people eat fucking sushi. Yeah,
that's wild.
So you think you should leave? That's when I stopped believing in the shadow governments and shit like that. Because, like, I was sitting there thinking, like, well, if I was the government in the evil empire and Fukushima happens, now I'm coming out with my new radioactive proof submarines. I'm about to show y'all that I run the world. I'm about to show you. Like, we gonna break out these prototypes and shit, and we gonna come up with the green rod like it's Simpsons, like we got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if y'all ever wonder who in charge, nigga, it's us.
It's us.
And when I didn't see them show up with the robot, I was like, maybe they ain't got the robot. Like, maybe they not really in charge. But I like the fact that they putting out the fusion is here, because the only reason why it's fucking, well, you know, climate change is actually happening because we moving through a different part of space as well. And the part of space that we moving in has more light in it than the other parts of space. It's just like how, you know, as the dawn comes, as the sun starts to creep over the horizon, it gets a little bit warmer and you get a dew point. So we're going through we're leaving a darker, denser region of space that we have been in for anywhere between the last 5 to 10,000 years, depending on who you ask. So part of why global warming is happening is due to that, because every planet in the solar system is also getting warmer, including Pluto, which is no longer a planet, but Neptune. Every planet that we can see is also getting warmer. With that being said, humans are also contributing to this shit through fossil fuels and things of that nature. So knowing that very soon, if you don't like $4 gallons of gas, then you should be very excited about fusion. Should be very excited about fusion, because then we could get our Teslas or whatever the fuck, and we could charge them up using solar panels. Then you don't give a fuck if it's $4 a gallon for gas, because you got nuclear fusion powering your motherfucking your state, and then you got solar panels and things of that powering your actual crib. So you can handle 30 to 50% of the power generation on your own, and the rest of it is handled by nuclear fusion. And you charging your house based on the solar panels that you put on your garage, so you're not paying for gasoline anymore. We don't have blizzards in Honolulu.
And for people who might not get the movement part, because I had just watched a video that I never knew about, like, just how the solar system works and moves. Because I think we all are given that, the
top down look.
We're given the circular aspect where we're in the sun is here and we're just revolving around it, right?
Right.
When in actuality, I'm gonna find it, put it in the clip because I think it's a great fucking just quick graphic of what it really looks like. But more so,
the sun
imagine
going.
The sun is moving and all the planets are moving around that motherfucker too through space is what's happening.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's something that they really gave across in life science and biology.
Oh well, thankfully it's in the Bible. That's what the whole procession of the equinoxes is about. That's why they talk about, like, you look at Moses and they had when he came down, they had made the golden calf and he killed them all that night. Remember that part? They, night Moses killed half his people.
Yeah.
Because they came downstairs and they was worshiping the golden calf.
Yeah.
Well, that represented the age of Taurus.
Yeah.
And then Jesus came in and he was the fish. So that represented the age of Pisces. And what they're saying is that the same way the earth goes around the sun and the moon goes around. So the moon goes around the earth, that's a month. Hence moon, month, same thing.
Yeah.
So that's a month. And then the earth goes around the sun, that's a year. And they've taught us that that's where it stops. All time is rotations.
Okay.
That's all time is rotations. What they didn't, and it's even based down to the fact that, all right, the sun is like 864,000 kilometers or something, and the circumference of it. It's 86,400 seconds in a day.
Damn.
So that whoever set it up knew what the fuck they was doing.
Right.
But what they didn't tell you was that our sun is going around another sun, and that is going around the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So, but they knew this the whole time. That's why if you look in Revelations, they talk about it was a woman who had like the face of an eagle and the face of a bull and something like that. In Revelations, it was the eagle, the bull, the lion, and the woman. Well, the bull represents Taurus, the lion represents Leo, the woman represents Aquarius, and the eagle represents Scorpio, because Scorpio has different layers. It's the scorpion, it's the eagle, and then it's the phoenix or the dove. So what they're telling you is that those is like the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 12 on the clock.
Yeah.
So Revelations happens when we go through each one of those 3, 6, 9, 12. That's what it is. It's just like we going in a circle. And it takes us 24,000 years to complete one of those rotations, which is the same thing they say, like in the Indians, they talk about India.
Yeah.
They talk about like how like a day for God is like X amount of years for us. Well, that's because the clock that they're using, just like how our clock is based on the rotation of Earth around the sun, they're using a clock based on the sun around the galaxy. So they're but still a circle. It's just a different type of circle. So this information has always been readily available. It's just, do you have the key to decipher it? So you look at Revelations, they literally, there's a woman and there's a woman. That's Aquarius, the water bearer. And then there's an angel with the face of a bull and the face of an eagle and the face of a lion. And they draw like an eagle, a bull, and a lion. But if you really look at it, that's just the procession of the equinox going around. And in the same way they got 12 months in a year, they got 12 different zodiac signs, which just represents which part of space we're moving through. And then depending on which part of space we're moving through, it has different qualities, just like depending on what part of the day you in, it has different qualities. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. has a different quality and character of light than 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. That's all it really. It's just somebody built a 24,000 year clock. For what? I don't know. And it sounds...
For what? I have no clue.
I have no fucking clue. 25,000 years, 24,000 years. People say 25,920 years. That's because they're presuming that it's a perfect circle, but there's no such thing as perfect circles. It's all ovals. So I think it's probably closer to 24,000 years. But that's not even long when you consider that the Earth, according to estimates, is 4.7 billion years old. So this 24,000 year clock.
Then went over and over again.
Don't even do nothing. Like we think it's 24,000 years. That's like a second to some But in closing, if that sounds crazy to you, just keep in mind a fruit fly's whole life is 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks. And you be like, that's not a long time. Oh, that motherfucker was born, came of age, maturation, it reproduced, had a family, it lived a whole life.
And then died.
So
either by natural causes or something out in the world.
To us, that was 6 weeks. To him, her, whatever, that's a lifetime. What humans don't realize is to somebody else, our 72 years is 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
Yeah, like Invincible. Invincible's daddy. I forgot what his name, Mr. Whatever it was.
Well, that's they based off Superman, and Superman's an L.
Yeah.
We was talking about this earlier. Kal-El, son of Jor-El, same thing as the Elohim in the Bible, of which we know people such as Michael and Azrael and Gabriel. They were all L's, the Elohim, but so they letting you know. That's why it's so funny that Superman is Kal-El, son of Jor-El, and then, they're kind of telling you what's going on over and over again.
Let's pray and hope my damn phone don't die. But let's get into music theory.
La musique theory.
Okay, let's start off with the song that you actually called and professed to come out.
Yeah, we were supposed to play this last week, but apparently the song didn't come out last week.
Yeah, because the only reason I was like, this ain't even out yet. Like, we might as well play a song that people can go and actually listen to too.
Yeah.
But it should have did it, and you would have. it would have been a nice little sample before the fact. But nevertheless, let's start off with "I Hate You" by SZA.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradicting. I be so bored myself, can you come and fuck me? I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like all the right, wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about your whereabouts. I can't keep no conflict with you, boy, can we just rub it out? I don't want no savvy with you, you know you my plug, and I can't shake this habit, no. I've been out, baby, every reminiscing. Every other missing you, wish it was different than what it was. I've been down, baby, lost in the line first, lost in no finding us. I've been down, baby, and if you wonder if I hate you, I do. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this. And if you wanted, if I hate you, fuck you. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this. Used to be too solid till you scramble me. Used to be your rider, you meant to handle me. Used to be non-violent till you ambush me. Now I'm at your wildin' with you. Now I'm at your silent treatment. That mean no permission. Missionary getting boring, can you switch positions? Hard to say your song, you don't ever listen, no. I've been down, baby, every reminiscing. Every other missing you, wish it was different than what it was. I've been down, baby, lost in the line first, lost in no finding us. I've been down, baby, and if you wonder if I hate you, I do. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make it feel just like this. And if you wondered if I hate you, fuck you. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this.
Okay. That was Scissors. I Hate You.
This is Rodney with Night Cruise. Brought to you by Slap Your Mama. I love SZA. I loved Fat SZA a little bit more than Skinny SZA.
Really?
Yeah, I loved Fat Insecure SZA. Because when she wasn't fat or insecure, that was just that weirdo Hollywood shit. And the camera does make you look bigger in real life.
I believe that.
You know, you see people in real life you thought was thick, and you be like, oh no, that ain't what I thought it was. But I like SZA. I really I like this. I like the record. You know, it's weird. I'm not gonna sing I Hate You to nobody. I'm not on that vibration right now.
No, you said I'm not going to sit here and talk about no hate you. I think it's one thing I say, and I don't want to this to pivot us into a whole another hour conversation because I think it definitely would, but I'll synthesize it really quickly. Is the interesting parts of kind of just the whole thing when it comes to just relationships and all that type of shit that I've noticed and came into an understanding of, I guess, is that, and I want more men to kind of understand this because right now it feels very much like some scapegoat nonsense to me in certain aspects when niggas be really trying to like gotcha women with certain things. It's like, why are you playing this game? Just take care of you, my guy. Just do your thing, because if you keep doing this whole, because I seen I think it was Roy and Mal who mentioned it, and I seen a few other men on online mention it, and actually got my post about men's mental health. A lot of fucking look ats because I had responded to that, but a lot of men were saying like, It's motherfucking men's mental health month, the whole month of November. I ain't seen y'all saying shit or doing nothing or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, my nigga, and I think quite often when it comes to songs like this and energy like this of like, damn, like, why y'all always want to like a song where y'all just talk about bashing niggas and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. Like, and it's just like, my niggas, I want y'all to understand something. Shut up.
Well, you can't say that because
no. The reason why I say shut up is because there's this idea that there needs to be some sense of equality in particular types of treatment.
Well, here's the thing,
and I don't think that's going to happen when there's a deficit on the other side. Of something. You see what I'm saying?
Well, here's it's double sided. The dudes who do it most of the time, they whiny bitches.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me start there. So they're whiny ass bitches. Don't mean what they saying not valid. You put out that type of negativity for so long.
Yeah.
And you keep saying I can say whatever I want to say and I'm just expressing myself.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing when anybody else turns around and do it too. So those guys get on my nerves because to me, and I mean this is insensitive. I'm not gonna say it's not my problem. So I cannot relate. Mm-hmm. Do I know that, am I sick and tired of a bunch of motherfuckers saying a bunch of stupid shit online? Yeah. Do I know for a fact that it's a bunch of people I know who complain about some shit that ain't gonna happen to them because they're not actually worthy of it because they don't give what they demand to receive? Yeah. Do I know that they hypocritical and the conversations are stupid and that nobody in their right mind is ever gonna put up with that bitch shit? Yeah. Does that bother me? Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. You know why? Because I ain't fucking her.
Yeah.
I ain't breaking no bread with her. I personally don't give a fuck because I'm not interested in who don't like me and who don't fit with me. Yeah. I'm interested in who do like me and who do fit with me. Yeah. So I use exactly 0% of my time focusing on people who do not like me or do not get along with me and vice versa. Yeah. So, do I think that in theory, these gentlemen have the right to have their opinion? Yeah, they got the right to have their opinion. Can they express themselves? Yeah. Does anybody have to like or agree with it? No. Do I think that they trying to complain their way into some pussy? Yes.
I mean, I think the thing for me is, and I appreciate that perspective, because I feel like for me it's the reason why I get so annoyed by it is because yes, it's not my life,
right? Yeah.
But more than anything, it's like, my God, like let's. The one thing I can always say I've been great at when it comes to being a man who happens to be attracted to women, right, is I can always recognize sometimes when women be bullshit. And like, you got a whole song about I hating you. You got a whole song about fucking niggas and whatever the situation may be. Y'all put this shit into context. Don't get riled up about this.
Well, see, that's why I said those guys. They
like, y'all make it seem like they literally have put a quits to niggas. Like, I ain't gonna fuck with no nigga ever again. It's not a thing.
Like, I know for a fact that it might be 30-40% of bitches that think like that, right? Or whatever. That means that now I have access to 60 to 70% of chicks. I just cut that percentage out. See, I have this magical thing. It's called, I focus on what the fuck I want to focus on.
Yeah, and what want to focus on me?
I focus on what I want to focus on. I like what I like. Mm-hmm. So if 30 to 40% of chicks have a mentality or energy that I don't find attractive, I have a very simple solution to that. I've developed a sophisticated emotional detection system to recognize that shit immediately and act accordingly. Which means that now all I have to do is actually just recognize the 60 to 70% that I am on a wavelength with and pick from them. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? I ain't got to worry about or talk about none of them other motherfuckers because they're not in my life. They're not in my bed. So I don't give a fuck what they do. It's so simple. A child can do it. If you don't want to listen to that song, don't turn it on. If you don't want to watch that movie, don't press play. I don't understand how males or females consistently talk about shit that they could just ignore and not have a part of their life.
True. And if you wonder why I hate you. The song is good.
The song is good. And I personally think that any bitch who ever writes a hate me song, she thinks about me while she's orgasming with another man. Because ain't no way in hell you could write a song about how much you hate me unless you really love me. Yeah. So to all the bitches out there that hate me, think about me when you come.
Let's get into my choice.
I hate you.
Shout out to Isaiah Rashad, Project Pat, and Juicy J with R.I.P. Young remix on the House is Burning deluxe album.
All right,
let's get into it.
Some Tennessee shit.
We work to work, you late to work, I holla and they send it. You know my pride was colder than Chicago in December. My bitch came up in ankle with her mama was her daddy. And when I'm in the Midwest, she say holla at your family. My dog paid me that cup, taste like candy. My dog out laying them loud, ain't breaking none laws, out serving out the rock. Beats outside, still fucking in the car, still flipping in the car, still shooting at the car. Little hot box, smoking out the jar, now I'm fucking on the star, whole lot, got a call. Man, said I'm a cool cat, fuck that, tell them bitches I'm a top dog. Get shot, rollin' when I let the propane outside, bunch of niggas doing donuts. Yeah, got the money in the headlight, big dog, every time we hit the red lights. Just shine, ain't nothing but a good day. Don't die, they ain't teach them how to pump fake. Big shot.
$1 million to banking, what was I thinking? Pistol in hand, mixed with the drinking. You the big dog, who is you spanking? Police tipped off and mama though banging. Said it was murder, but project is innocent. Later with a gas, sipping on Henderson. Rap game, man, sweeter than cinnamon. Put your mob on, who does it benefit? OG love me, cause I'm a good earner. Country ride with me, now with the burner. Just got out here a student, a learner. I'm a bread flipper, pancake turner. Couple of them pennies to dollars, fly like a swallow. Popping my collar, turner. Couple of them pennies to dollars. follows. I like a swallow, pop in my collar.
I'm a cold cat, fuck that. Tell them bitches I'm a top dog. Get shot, rollin' when I'm let the propane. Outside, bunch of niggas doing donuts. Yeah, got the money in the headlight. Big dog, every time we hit the red lights. Just shine, ain't nothing but a good days. Don't die,
DJ in the building, man. Big shot. Let's go, I'm a big shot. Pulling weed out of gallon-sized Ziploc. Niggas come through thinking that the shit now. They careers over win quicker than a TikTok. We used to slang banks like a kickbox. Black 19, we don't kickbox. I remember when a nigga didn't have time. Now a couple 100,000 on my wristwatch. I'm shining, sir. Every now and then got a reminder. I got shooters on my team like a signer. I say you won't smoke, that's all I need to know. They can wipe a nigga nose like a signer. Stand at the Rolls Royce roof, tell them aim for the stars, little nigga, don't settle. You can never rain on my parade. My cars come with the umbrellas. I'm a top dog, can't match my speed. Just a Lamborghini, not a SRT. I ain't never met no bitch I need, and I never let a broke bitch hit my weed. No way, I'm too high for your bitch, can't locate. Hey, no man, ain't never been okay. I put the squeeze on these niggas like cocaine. Let's go.
Bitch saying I'm a cold cat, fuck that. Tell them bitches I'm a top dog. Get shot, rollin' around and let the propane. Outside, bunch of niggas doing donuts. Yeah, got the money in the headlight. Big dog, every time we hit the red lights. Just shine, ain't nothing but a good day. Don't die, ain't teach them how to pump fake. Big shot, let's go.
And that was R.I.P. Young, Isaiah Rashad featuring Project Pat and Juicy J. This was the remix on the deluxe album, which I like that. I like that he did. I like that he did a actual deluxe album that was like different,
Right?
but still very much a similar vibe to the original. Really gave it a like, this is a new flavor. This is another thing. I always, honestly, I'm biased, but I do believe, in the sake of the conversation we was having earlier about just the Grammys and shit like that. I wasn't too blown away by so many albums this year.
No.
Specifically hip hop albums. So in my head, I was like, yeah, Broken just got it. He could have got that. He could have got a little Grammy nomination, even if he wasn't gonna win or not, based off of what his competition spread was gonna be. I could see this year being the year where comeback season, great. It's a great story.
They got
that type of shit, and he actually did a great collective album. He's never been somebody, because he has a small discography. It's not like he has a fall off period or anything. It's literally just he just didn't make music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I could have seen that happening, but yeah, they went with commercial. They went with pretty much commercialism over everything.
The Grammys, like I said, I'd cry if I won a lot. And it would just be like, oh, fuck. It wouldn't be tears of joy. Like, you would see me with a look. And anybody, like, you would tell the bad commentators, he's so happy. Yeah. And anybody who know me would be like, that nigga's mind is running 1,000 miles an hour. He's about to go to the studio tonight. Like, he's shitting bricks.
That's real.
So like, but no, I like it. I'm a Isaiah Rashad is one of them people. That's why I love TDE, but don't love TDE, since we going so TDE crazy today. Mm-hmm. They let their artists do what they want to do, but their marketing and promotion could be a little bit better, But then again, their artists make music that's not easily marketable. Mm-hmm. So
they really let the field judge more than anything.
And that's the one thing I don't like about I talk about the pretendistry and blah blah blah, but what I do like about when there were more A&Rs and things of that nature, things were more curated. Things were more curated, and for better or for worse. But take your shot. Quit just throwing shit out up on Spotify and then seeing whichever one get the most plays and calling that the single.
That's a good point. I don't know why I just had the thought of like
that's weak. Like, if you supposed to be the A&R, make a choice, make your best decision.
Yeah.
And live or die with that motherfucker.
Yeah, you know what? The reason why I think that's interesting that you say that, talking about A&R specifically, is I'm thinking about how now you almost have to. I'm just thinking about how now it almost is now compared to artists that really had a real big light on them at a point in time, and how there had to be people who really seen a vision and created something around them to make them into the star that they became. I don't know why when you said that, I thought about like Craig Mack, for instance. Like, if Craig Mack came out today, I'm not sure if unless he had this
no, they came out with the whole. Puffy did the Big Mac thing.
Yeah,
and
like
he was promoting
really
both of them at the same time.
Yeah, they I think it's just because I'm thinking about like how all these motherfuckers who may not be conventionally attractive or whatever it is, they have some type of shtick, they have some type of gimmick, they have something that makes them either more or less attractive.
See, that's one I could put up with ego.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they made stars.
Yeah, they definitely did.
They made stars.
Like just thinking about ODB. Like, I don't think a nigga like ODB.
You came as a lump of clay.
Yeah.
You know, you came as a piece of marble, just a block of marble, and they chiseled David from this block of marble.
Yeah.
That's the music industry.
Yeah.
That is something where when I meet those type of people, I tip my hat. Mm-hmm. This new shit is simply a popularity contest. That's why you get, because they want a ready-made project that already has a built-in buzz so that they can decrease risk. So now they're not taking the most. Nicki Minaj said this the other day. Nicki fucking Minaj said this the other day.
And that's what a messenger.
Nicki Minaj said the reason why the shit sucks is because they're getting the most popular people and not the most talented people. So now that's why you had like them.
That's why if you cute, if you meet all those criteria,
video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
Now we see how you
look at 70 songs. Them niggas was ugly.
Yeah.
Uglee. Ugly. Them niggas was fucked. All them motherfuckers.
They was very homely.
Oh my God. Homeless. But that motherfucker. But you know what? Because they was selling records. So they was selling vinyl. So they had to sell their voice. They had to sell the fact that this motherfucker has mastered his craft, whether it be a guitar, a bass, some drums, piano. They were selling sounds. Mm-hmm. So when they were selling sounds, all that mattered is how it sounded.
Yeah. And that makes sense why it was such rare breeds when you did have somebody that was conventionally attractive and sounded well.
Like, you cute and can sing?
Oh, Marvin Gaye, motherfucking Teddy Pendergrass, all these people who are like, you know,
shit. No, it's rare.
Yeah.
You know, it's rare. So instead of that, you know, now we have where it's just, okay, you already popular. Okay, this is how many engagements you getting. All right, well, check it out. I know about 10, 15 niggas I know who got 100 beats on their damn computer just sitting. Yeah. I'm going to call all of them right now, tell them to just, Dropbox me 20 beats a pop. Yeah. Out of them 20 beats a pop, I get 5, 10 people to send me 20 beats. That means I'm sitting on 100 to 200 beats. Then we turn around and whittle that down to like 20 or 30 to present to the artist. Nigga, any beat you pick is going to be a hit. We done whittled it down from 200. So you already only listening to 10% of the music.
Yeah.
So anything you pick is a layup at this point. And then we going to get all the artists that we know who are more talented than you, but have less plays or less fans. And we'll just put them in the room and they'll just mumble out some hooks for you right quick. So we already got the beats done and we already got the hooks done. Nigga, just spit something right here, talk here. All right, and then we gonna call up our video people because we know the niggas with the Reds and the Aries and all right, stand here, put this on. You're done.
That's it.
So I'm supposed to respect that? I respect that you got better marketing and promotion skills, and I respect that you're very persuasive.
Yeah.
And you convince people to do all the work for you. That's a skill in and of itself.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. But like, come on.
Yeah.
You don't deserve to sit in the same room with me, and you know it.
And they do be knowing it.
And you know it. Get the fuck out of this artist room and take your ass in the marketing room and talk about how to get the fuck out of here. That's how you get that island boy. You seen that Kodiak Red shit? It's a group. It's a nigga called Kodiak Red.
Oh, you talking about them white folk with them?
No, they Cuban.
Oh, do they look white though? Right?
Yeah, they like they're very.
And
yellow.
they got freeform.
I don't know what you call them.
Oh, them motherfuckers Cuban?
Yeah, and you know, this is what the industry is turned to. Why? Because they got popular off of TikTok. So now,
so they rap. I thought they was just TikTok.
All right, so imagine if you Kodak Black, and this shit look like some hip hop Dalmatian shit, and this motherfucker show up and say his name is Kodiak Red, and he got hair that look just like yours, except it's blonde with a red tip.
Hold on, Island Boys ain't. Hold on. So these are two different people?
Fly Soldier featuring Kodiak Red.
Who Fly Soldier?
I don't know. You see, they got booed and lived the other day. Imagine if you a real Zoe and the motherfucker come out like that with the same tattoos Kodak Black. See, this is what happens when you just make popular music instead of talented music. Yeah, look, they got the tattoos. It's all a joke. It's all a joke. It's not real no more. So, you know, shout out to TDE for putting out real music.
And real people.
People.
What am I looking at?
I don't even know.
I feel like I'm looking at like the COVID virus.
That is how it looks. That is how it looks.
Like, what in the fuck? Like, all these baby pools and all this ass shaking and this weirdness.
I told you get somebody. It'd be like if let's say I fell into a bag and I knew that I could make a quick bag off of this. And
these some lazy shots too.
Right. Imagine if I could throw a stone and hide my hand, right? And like, this is like, you know, $5 million Neo. How hard would it be? How many phone calls you think it would make for me to get this video really done?
I get it.
$5 million Neo. Not me right now. I just got 5 million liquid. How many phone calls is it gonna take?
Well, to balance out the ether now.
It's gonna take 3 seconds.
Let us go to two hip hop legends with their collab album.
This hair is killing me.
I have Good as Gold by Styles P and Havoc. Fucking with another element.
Yeah. Same shit I was thinking. That red cloth, niggas you don't dare cross. G shit, this shit not governed by any of their laws. Declare war, you not prepared for. I'm fucking trying to tear off. You niggas head, you know why. What's the question here for? We don't take kindly to the fuckery, nigga. Only reason why you breathing, cause you ducking me, nigga. Plug 1, HAVO. Plug 2, Styles P. So that they lie so. The fees that sold they sold. Work is on payroll. If the close a day, yo. Never wore it again. But hustled in the same clothes, day in and day out. You clowns was chasing their clout. I was at the drawing board, paying myself a way out. Look at how I made out. Now it's sold out shows because we waited it out. No pandemic can slow our roll. According to the latest poll, the ghost in HAVO, that shit good as gold. That shit good as gold. If you violate the homie, they gon' hit you with hoes. If you violate the homie, they gon' dig you a hole. This is family over everything. That shit good as gold. That shit good as gold. If you violate the homie, they gon' hit you with hoes. If you violate the homie, they gon' dig you a hole. This is family over everything. That shit good as gold. You should stay out my way if they toss me a gun. Word to have, one understand the cloth that we from, cause it's no longer cut. So I stay in the cut. Saw your entourage, thought about spring in the truck, but I'm no longer active. Yeah, I'm super OG, but I'm packing some shit that can take out your knee. It can split up your dome. It can knock out your arm. Before a rap, had to figure how to market Haran. Yeah, I'm still on the block, but the living is clean. My niggas running the city. Yeah, they sit in machines. 225 on the dash. Fuck a phone that is cash. Nigga, I take the check. Hate to carry your bag unless it's for weed. Laptop in the trade. Empty-handed, but little homie carried the cake. Say some bullshit, you can get carried away. I'm fucking dangerous. I shouldn't even carry your blade. What up?
shit good as gold. If you violate the homie, they gon' hit you with hoes. If you violate the homie, they gon' dig you a hole. This is family over everything. That shit good as gold. That shit good as gold.
And that is Good as Gold
Yeah.
by Havoc and Styles P on their Wreckage. What's this? Let me see what the name of this album is. I believe it's Wreckage.
Breakage Manor, I believe. Something
Yeah,
like
Wreckage Manor. The Wreckage Manor collab album.
Which makes sense because it's a bad name. Supposedly Mobb Deep's name was supposed to be Poetical Prodigies before they changed it to Mobb Deep.
What?
At Puff Daddy's request.
So Puffy was like, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, y'all gangster rap, but poetical. I know I'm the shiny suit nigga, but Poetical Prodigies ain't
Right,
it.
Poetical Prodigies.
So they changed the name to Mobb Deep. So
and Prodigy was gonna still go by Prodigy?
yeah, P. Well,
that really would have been weird.
strange. It'd have been strange,
Yeah.
but this I picked this because
How Pretty Ricky with them. Like just a terrible team.
This is like the Versuz / Drink Champs effect. You know what I'm saying? Like this could even be considered like a
like as in like them still producing music with each
them
other.
being able to produce music, them being able to be relevant. Like this was
got you.
them getting press runs.
Got you. Yeah.
This is definitely the Versuz, the Drink Champs effect, and it also is what you were saying, how the Grammys is good because Nas and Gibbs and Tyler got nominated and won.
Yeah.
The lane, you can't now say that this isn't viable music just because it ain't got 808s and hi-hats.
Yeah.
The only thing you can now say is what people should have just been saying the whole time. It's not my type of music. You know, so I mean, it's a good record. I think it's interesting. Havoc said he hadn't been producing since P passed. He hadn't done anything.
Damn.
So you know,
that's kind of interesting how you went with Styles P.
Styles P.
That's cool.
So I think it's beautiful that for the last 10 years, for whatever reason, there's been a concerted effort to erase that generation of artists. And
like you talking about like between the 90s and
like just
and the
about 2010s, 2020, something like that. It's like I say from Snap Music to now, there has been a concerted effort to erase a certain brand of hip hop.
I get what you mean. That came prior.
Yeah, it's been just an effort. And now that decade, that generation is winding down, and you know they hitting a twilight. It's interesting to see that the people who they fought to kill is alive and well.
Yeah, but I see it from perspective of it was a natural progression of things too. I think it's different if we talking about just levels of respect and levels of connection. People like folks like Mobb Deep, Noriega, Wu-Tang, all these the Locks. Diddy, all these people who came up within the early 90s, mid 90s, and even early 2000s, whenever they got their hits, they were taking so much of their influences from, motherfucking pioneers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they were taking influences from people who were the umpteenth niggas to ever do hip hop. It was like, no, we are literally talking to niggas who are
they was the second generation.
They were literally the second generation.
They was the second, technically the third wave, but the second real wave.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay. So now you're talking about the grands. Now you're talking about the real great grands of hip hop. And not only talking about the great grands of hip hop, but you have in this all the pain points that people experience that they are picking up on too. Because I think the trends make sense for you to have, the shit that De La Soul went through. You have all these different things with samples and all these different things. Right. It's going to change how producers produce now. They're now producing, original music.
Yeah, you can't sample no more.
So it's like it changed.
Well,
the way
you can again. I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So it changed how everybody was.
Right.
So doing so, but also too, it probably also exposed people to folks who didn't have a particular influence either. Because now you can say, and as we seen once it got to my generation of rappers, people in they mid to late 20s, now it's motherfuckers like, how the fuck don't you know this nigga? How the fuck? It's like, nigga, I am one of them niggas who can say I didn't know who those niggas was until this age.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I was really born when the album came out.
It wasn't you. It was the powers that be.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the people. And then I'm not like. First of all, let me just be clear. A lot of that East Coast shit failed because they did not understand what Gucci Mane understood. A lot of them niggas didn't have proteges, so I'm not gonna pretend like they was glorious people.
And like genuine proteges, not like
they never had proteges because they were selfish and they made it all about them.
Yeah.
So Rakim didn't have a protege, so when he fell off, his protege would be hot.
Yeah.
The only New York nigga who ever really did this is Hove.
Damn.
LL Cool J never really had a protege.
Good point.
Slick Rick them never really had proteges. Run DMC didn't have a follow-up group that came behind him.
What about Kane?
Kane's protege is technically Hove.
Yeah, I get you.
Because he tried to get Jay signed a couple times.
Yeah.
And one of Jay's first songs, when you could still, like the second or third Jay-Z song is, it's actually him, Kane, and Old Dirty Bastard when he was still A-Sign Unique.
Yeah.
So Kane had a song with Old Dirty and Jay-Z on it together back in the day, but Jay was still doing that.
Yeah,
he was doing that shit.
Yeah.
So when I say that, I'm not glorifying these motherfuckers because there was a fatal flaw.
Yeah.
When they was hot, they was selfish.
They soaked it up, but it's because they didn't know what they. I think that's the thing. Like
they didn't. They like think about it.
That's the curse of being first. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't thinking about what's gonna happen next. You're just soaking up the sun because it's like shit. This might be it. People in the powers that be are saying this shit is a trend. We just seen disco go away. We don't know.
No, I get that, but I'm literally saying that a lot of people like to try to poo-poo in the East Coast. They act all innocent, but the fact of the matter is, the reason why they got caught in that bind is because they really didn't build up a feeder system.
Yeah,
they didn't have an AAU system.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And artists that last forever have feeder systems. You look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre has lasted forever because he always hits the draft and gets a rookie of the year. Every time. This nigga is like...
He got the best record.
He got
motherfucking...
Snoop. Wait. Let's start. Ice Cube. Snoop. Then after that...
he had Pac for a while.
Pac for a second.
And that was Pac on a trade?
Yeah. And then after that, leave. Then after that, you get Eminem. 50 Cent. Then Kendrick. Fast forward, you get Kendrick. So the reason that
you don't win that hard and I think the difference because the difference is difference in Dre and Diddy is that both of them can make you a star. Which one will make you one that is long lasting?
Longevity.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the difference. It's like everybody knows everybody who's been beside Diddy, but you can't even say when's the last time you listened to all the people who've been beside Diddy.
Because he was the wizard.
Yeah.
And if you look at what Gucci did so many songs with so many different people.
Yeah.
When he was hot. So that's the difference. He worked with them when he was hot.
Mm-hmm.
So that when he came out of jail, all the niggas who was nobodies who he did records with when he was hot as fucking fish grease could not wait
to get him out.
So they had a beat waiting, they had their verses waiting, they had the hook waiting.
Yeah.
All he had to do was spit and like nowadays, since the tempo of the songs are so fast, they're not even 16s no more. They technically 8s. Because it'd be at 16 if it was like at 80 BPM, but if it's at 150, 160, it's technically 16 because it's 1, 2, 3, 1. But it's really an 8. So when Gucci got out of jail, all he had to do was write.
And most Southern rappers do slur, so yeah.
It's 8.
Mm-hmm.
So all Gucci had to do was write 3 8s, and he had 3 platinum records. hello. The only so.
But you're right, because I mean, I'm thinking about like even when you think about like it's way more trees in the South and like Southern and West Coast hip hop than there are in the East Coast. Just thinking about like thinking about Thug is connected to Gunna, to 21, to motherfucking
you could keep tracing. You could start off with DF.
Shit, Nipsey is connected to Roddy Ricch.
Let's start with Dungeon Family.
Yeah.
So that's Outkast, Goody Mob,
Rico Wade.
So now, guess what? Noise. Guess who got DF on their arm? Future.
Yeah, that's Rico Wade's cousin.
So look how long that family tree, and then who came off of Future's tree? They worked with people when they were hot. They didn't wait till they was washed to give you a feature. Future gave you the Future feature when it meant something. Mm-hmm. He gives you the Future he gave when he was hot.
Yeah.
So when he wasn't hot no more, how many people done came? Drake.
That's what I'm about to say too. Like I think that might be his Southern influence, because he always been like that. He hopped on. What was it? Hannah Montana.
Because of the Houston vibe.
He hopped on
because
Hannah Montana.
He sucked up all that Houston game from motherfucking the Prince.
Yeah.
From Mr. J Prince. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he sucked that up. So I get everything you're saying. Yeah. The only one that did it was Hove. Because technically, if you listen to
I feel like Hove did it multiple times.
Yeah, because if you listen to the Dynasty, he was on the verge of a fall off. Listen to the Dynasty. Go volume 3, super strong. Then the Dynasty, it's a little weak, soft as baby shit, right? Only one I like really is the Can't Be Life and maybe one other song, right? Mm-hmm. But then he had a new protege by the name of Kanye West. Mm-hmm. Kanye West walked in and dropped off the blueprint. Jay-Z back, and don't nobody even remember the Dynasty. The Dynasty is like volume 1. You just don't even mention them. Like people just, Dynasty, never happened. Volume 1, never happened. Jay-Z's career is Reasonable Doubt, Volume 2, Volume 3, Blueprint.
1, 2, and 3.
Reasonable, what? Volume 1. Nobody ever heard of it. Jay-Z's falling off again a little bit. You know, the Pharrell beats ain't working no more. You know what I'm saying? They tried Blue Magic. It ain't necessarily popping. What does he do? I don't remember which one came first, but it was either Watch the Throne. He leaned on his little homie again. Couple years later, he running out of gas. Rihanna come out with Umbrella. All he got to do is No Flaws in My Stones. Song was going already. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z kept going because when it's time to stop sampling, he called up Swiss, he called up Pharrell, he called up Tim. Give me all these sample-free beats. Yeah. Where's them two niggas from? Virginia. So he just started rapping over South beats.
Anyway.
Early. So I'm not said all that to say these motherfuckers are not innocent. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Everybody likes to play this victim thing, but there was same way that I say it's interesting that Chicago gets this reputation, even though we got Chance, the blueprint and face of independent hip hop. He could be a face. Oh no, he's not real. He's not. Nigga, he from 79th Street. What the fuck is you talking about? 79th Street is the worst street in America. Like, top 3 worst streets in the major cities in America. 79th is on the list, hands down. Like, stop it. He from 79th and King Drive. Every city in the world, you say King Drive, So he from King Drive and 79th. Now, he's from the nice part of that area, but you go 4 blocks this way and 4 blocks that way. Well, you're not where you want to be anymore. It'll change on you. 8 blocks, you're definitely where you don't want to be. So, he could be the face of Chicago. No. Kanye could be the face of Chicago. No. Barack could be the face of Chicago. No. Virgil could be the face. No. That's not an accident. Somebody made that motherfucking call because they did not want that look for whatever specific reason.
Yeah.
There has been a group of people who have been pushing, mainly they say due to production, but they've been pushing a very destructive, negative version of hip hop that is completely watered down and is completely the furthest thing away from its core. That happened. The same way I said they changed ISIS to ISIS. Well, they turned hip hop into a perverted version of itself. Like, and I like some of it. Like, I'm not innocent. Like, I like Mobb Deep. they say ignorant shit. I break bread, ribs, $100 bills. Like, that's not like peaceful. Yay! We talked about how fucking Wu-Tang got in a shootout with the Delphonics. Like, this ain't no Nas and them pulled up on Pac in Central Park with 30 bangers on them. I'm not saying that these is like wholesome human beings. I'm just saying that the generation that, even though they're not perfect, but the generation that has made the most money, has been the most independent, and was the most successful as independents, they attempted to silence them for the last 10 fucking years. Now, maybe you wouldn't have liked their music. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's something weird that the most successful people who completely beat the system, who made the most amount of money, who have the most proven blueprint, have somehow not the loudest voices.
Yeah.
After selling the most records and the most ticket sales.
Yeah.
That don't sound...
It sounds odd to me too. I can't deny.
I'm not saying you wouldn't like the music because y'all grew up with different music.
I get what you mean though.
I'm just saying that don't sound strange.
It does. I mean, I do think that we are living in a particular age where, you know, we make it seem like we have to be on one trend and one track and we all got to be on the same page. But I really want everybody to understand that because of the internet, that it's making the idea that time is relative even more of a reality that we live in. Because you can literally just be a motherfucker who literally just listen to Dusties and oldies all day, and that's your prerogative. You could dress like you could wear Pellies and dress like you from 88, and that's
only one nigga still wear Pellies. That's 50 Cent.
But that's all I'm saying. Like, you really, and if you want to be a futuristic
actually,
ass
I saw a motherfucker in Walmart.
Yeah,
I was in Walmart. I do go to Walmart and get shit like cat litter because that's the cheapest place to get certain shit. I saw a nigga with a limited edition Chicago Pelly.
Not limited edition.
And it said Chicago on the Pelly. Come on,
Chicago on the Pelly.
Curtis want one of them. We need to get one for Curtis.
I love it. I love it for him. Let me know what you got going on. Let me play something. We went out with Memphis. You're gonna go out with Memphis.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our brothers, man. You know, at the end of the Mississippi River down in Memphis, you know, because at the end of Chicago is Cairo. So shout out to our brothers down there. You know, this eclipse been wild. But what am I going to do? Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to work my best this week to have the confidence and entitled of a mediocre European, because if I just had their level of confidence and entitlement, I'd be 10 times more successful.
Oh yeah.
Because I was talking about how we watching the end of white supremacy. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to those people that lost their lives over in Michigan.
Yeah.
But watching the way the media tried to paint this dude and show them pictures of him all young and cute and cuddly, when they just had a parent-teacher conference 2 or 3 days before, where the school told the parents, we don't trust this little motherfucker. And then he come to school the next day and kill everybody. And then his parents go on the run
because they knew it.
And his parents looked like they was cooking meth in the tub. And then the media still tries to show pictures of him when he was young, cute, and cuddly. Man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to think up and wake every day that I was born up with active melanin in my skin.
Boy.
Because the worst thing that could have probably ever happened to you is be born with a sense of entitlement and absolute ignorance about the way the world really works. And people making excuses for your bad behavior. That would just enforce your mediocrity. So I'm gonna just wake up and thank God that I'm not black, because ain't no such thing as black. We ain't colors. I ain't no fucking crayon. Mm-hmm. But whatever that means to you, I'm gonna wake up and be happy that I'm that.
I feel that.
Because it could be worse.
I feel that. Honestly, I'm ready to. I'm gonna try to get all of my Christmas shopping done, like this week, because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to worry about it. I want to get it all done so I don't got to worry about it and I can just focus in on me. it's probably the most selfish way to approach Christmas shopping, but I'm like, I'm just trying to end the year off sharp.
Oh man, listen.
You feel me? So I don't
during the eclipse,
get all this shit out the way.
I had it during the eclipse. When I was doing my little thing, the voice in my head told me I need to practice radical selfishness. I was like, I'm not selfish. I'm selfless. And it's like, nigga, you ain't taking care of yourself. So for the rest of the year, because like I said, I'm predicting a lot of this shit lifting. I've been saying I think it's gonna lift in January. Now look, it's Venus and Mercury retrograde, so I'm actually pushing my shit to March 21st, the solstice, when everything is gonna lift, and it's gonna be a new year when the spring comes. So between now and then, I'm just preparing for this post-COVID world. I'm preparing for this post-COVID, and then it might flare back up again in like fourth quarter of 2022, but it definitely be gone after that. So I'm just preparing for what does the industry look like? What does the social situations look like? What do my relationships with my family look like? We all been sitting in the house going crazy for the last 18 months. Who am I? Who are you? What is you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get all that together for myself first, because once I get that taken care of, it's a fucking matrix. The universe, the hologram is going to morph to reflect my internal reality. So if you got to take care of your internal reality, like people be thinking, that's how I'm going to close it. People think that an external change is going to bring about an internal change. So they think once I get this job, or once I make X amount of money, or I get this broad or this nigga, whatever your preference is, once I get this external, it's gonna make me feel some type of way internally.
Damn.
And that's all people do.
Yeah.
They seek for external things to bring about internal changes. But what they don't know is, if you listen to most celebrities, them external changes never brought about that internal peace. That's what's wrong with Kanye.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to get these external accomplishments so that he can fulfill some internal hole.
Yeah.
And the 9 billion still ain't filled the hole.
Yeah.
So if it didn't work for Kanye, what makes you think it's gonna work for you? So if it's selfish for me to fill these internal holes inside of me, then I'm selfish.
And on that note, let's like, rate, subscribe, damn it. Like, rate, subscribe, and make sure you share this with somebody you know.
2 more weeks of it's 2 more weeks of rituals, y'all, until December 18th. It's 2 more weeks of rituals.
So tap in.
All right.
Peace.